Woe to you, O earth and sea.
It's the Hop Nation
USA Podcast.
Welcome to episode 158 of the Hop Nation USA Podcast. And this week we have something completely new and different. And hopefully it doesn't turn into a complete shit show, but no
like
promises. Yeah.
Why change now? Don't ever invite that guy on again. Okay?
Look, every episode has to start out normal and seem okay in case there's a brand new listener and they don't shut it off right away.
That's how you do it.
Start over.
Yeah. But yes, as you can hear, we have a number of voices in the background giggling and being snarky. So this is our great big end of season Brews Brothers SuperQuiz. And that means I want to welcome you all into the anti-Brews Brothers autonomous zone. This is where we're
the
at
Brews
now.
Brothers? What is Brews Brothers? Should I have done something?
Dude made a sign for this.
Yes.
There's no underline under anti.
Doesn't matter. It's good enough. The sign is good enough. But yes, with that, I will introduce all of our guests this evening. First, we have our regular host, my Ben Stein, to the Ben Stein's money setup of this game, Adam.
Thank you. Thank you. I believe you would be the Jimmy Kimmel to my Ben Stein.
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was the money.
He's both.
I can be the Monty Hall. I can be whatever I need to be because it's my game.
That's right. He pulls the strings. He can do what he damn well pleases.
To my left, as according to the video gallery, we have returning co-host Kelsey.
Hello.
And going around counterclockwise below her, returning guests Nikki and Eric.
Hi. Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Jason Cercone is in the center square this evening.
Brews Brothers, rock on.
And to his right, we have Tom Wagner.
Cheers.
And below him, we have Sean from Import Taste podcast, returning from last week. I don't know
apologize
why.
in advance.
That episode's still going on, right?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
And last but not least, we have other returning co-host and CEO of First Sip Brewbox, Dennis.
What's up, beer fam? Glad to be back. Ready to get down and dirty.
And award winner. You forgot that.
Oh, that's true.
And Crushy Gold Award winner. That's
Thank you.
news.
And
Yeah, we can
background
announce it.
haver.
Yes, also background haver.
This is true. We get around.
With that in mind, though, let's start with Dennis and work our way backwards in the snake of what's everybody drinking tonight.
That's a weird saying, but
No,
I'll roll
it's a
with
fantasy football saying.
Oh, that might explain
People
why
got
I
played.
have no idea about it. So what I'm having tonight is a Norwegian farmhouse ale coming in from Allegheny City or Abjuration Brewing. ABC, ACB. It mixes me up sometimes. Letters are letters. From Abjuration Brewing out of McKees Rocks, Pennsylvania. Super tasty brew. Excited to dig into another one. It's one of my favorite ones that they've done.
Sean, what you got?
What I had and just downed, if you're watching on video, was the last of my Labatt Blue there, which gets me started out after my meal here to kind of cleanse the palate. But I will be drinking another. I'm boring, so I'm just going to go back to the old standby Penn Brewery IPA. I enjoy it. I know some people turn their nose up at it that are snobby, but fuck snobby people.
And to be fair, Sean did show us his haul of like 3 cases of that Penn Brewery IPA that he bought at the beginning of quarantine. So he hasn't run out.
He's backing it up.
Yeah.
Lots of cases, lots of bottles of liquor. If you're going to go into a quarantine, you got to do it right.
Fair enough.
If you've ever seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, once you start a collection, it's difficult to stop.
True. Tom, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Yellowbridge Brewing, their midnight pineapple upside down cake.
Ooh.
The kids have brought this on tonight. I had it the other day, and tonight I need another one. Got to go with those slightly higher ABV beers to deal with some of that stuff.
So Tom's got his rowdy ass kids, and they are driving him to drink. Jason?
I've had a bunch of Labatt Blues today, too. So I'm officially on vacation. Now I'm on to the Levity Brewing Tang Glider Strawberry Fruited Sour Ale.
Ooh.
My favorite from that series. It's pretty much like Gatorade almost, which can get a little dangerous, but they're only like 4.5%. So
it
super
gives
fresh
and
and
fuels a
super
hangover.
good.
Fair enough. And to our first video screen that's been featuring a cat, Nikki and Eric.
Hightower Rural Graffiti, the double IPA.
Man, that sounds good.
What's the ABV on that?
I think it's 8. It was released this past weekend with their
8.
Through My Lens strawberry lemonade, which was also, we have some of that. It's amazing.
Which is usually a pretty good series. So yeah.
Yes.
And to our other person who's had a cat on video, Kelsey.
I had to go to the back of the beer fridge because my craft is running real low right now. But I found a Southern Tier Nitro Creme Brulee Imperial Milk Stout back there.
That's
so
a fun one.
I'm very happy.
I was drinking out of this earlier.
Oh, nice.
But then I switched because I wanted to rock the old Penn Brewery logo. So
All right. I
this is
just
for
have
the
a very
YouTube
boring from Crate and Barrel pint glass because that's all I could find.
Nice. Hey, that's a nice looking pint glass, though.
Thank you. Crate and Barrel.
Yeah.
Does
Does the job, for sure.
And I'm going to skip myself for the minute to jump over to Adam so he's not last in the beer show and tell.
For
Well,
the
I do
listener,
appreciate
Dennis held
that.
up his glass, and he's also rocking the logo on his glass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's all business all the time.
Yeah, Dennis matched purposely.
Yeah.
The whole thing about it messing you up,
down there
Dennis.
in the corner.
Like NASCAR for the beer world.
Hey, man, never know who's watching.
You were confused by it before, but it's right in front of you. Just look down and read it. Now he's got it facing the camera, like true professional.
Well played, Sean. Well played.
Yes. So for me, I'm actually going outside the state of Pennsylvania. I'm going with RAR Brewing with their Pulp. This is a pale ale. It's an orange and citrus pale ale. Steve, by the way, this is a preview to a future episode because I got more of these in the fridge.
Where are they out of?
They are out of Cambridge, Maryland. That's along the eastern shore.
Oh.
Yes.
So did you go and visit the brothers or something?
No, I know
brother.
a guy that knows a guy.
Fair enough.
So shout out to my buddy Dave for setting us up for that. So top tip, we're going to be having more of them soon.
Good deal. I'm into it.
Me too. This is surprisingly a rather fresh pale ale. I'm about it.
Are you guys going to start getting back together for podcasting now that we're green?
It's possible. The one problem we've talked about it for future episodes is that I don't want to necessarily, we record out of Adam's house and we don't necessarily want to bring people in that we don't know where they've been.
True.
Yeah. Steve, don't worry. I have 2 cans of each going forward.
Okay.
So I got one for me and one for you.
Neat.
Well, you guys are going to want to stop your episode tradition of breathing directly into each other's mouths.
Listen, it's our show, and we'll do what we want.
I'm sorry.
We can
my mouth.
Stop.
we can still do that because we know that we're not infected. It's the guests that we can't breathe into.
Oh, okay.
I
What if
think
we show up and you say, I don't know where that beer's been. You might know where the person's been, but you don't know where that beer's been.
Yeah, according to the internet, that's not how it works, you guys.
Well, I know where this beer's been because this is the beer that's been in my fridge. Hell yeah.
That's old school.
Classic glasses.
Damn, we going way back.
The Rausch beer.
Yes, drinking the Marzen from Schlenkerla because
Treating yourself.
Yeah, to treat myself. We're at the end of all of this nonsense with Brews Brothers.
This
So
is
I
the
figured-
equivalent of having a cigarette after sex, right?
Right.
Or a sandwich.
You're done with Brews Brothers, you can just go all out.
Terrible, terrible sex.
So for anybody
Sloppy
who's been
Joes.
listening to the podcast for the past 8 weeks or so, you know that we've been reviewing every episode of Brews Brothers.
Is it review or slogging through?
It's slogging. Slogging is the watching. Reviewing is the action after.
Fair.
But with that in mind, we decided to bring everybody together for one last kind of jaunt into the world of this terrible ass show. Yes. But I decided to make a game out of it. And that makes it better.
As one does. They decided to make a game out of television writing, so I think you're right.
They sure did. It seems like they played a lot of darts with finishing sentences and creating jokes.
All whammies.
They also
Right.
made a game about celebrities sitting in squares, and it looks like we're recreating it here with the tic-tac-toe board.
And crackball or crash ball or whatever that was called.
Could be worse.
Yo, crack
I think
ball.
crackball was correct. Yeah.
Crackball.
So, with that in mind, I think it's time we head to the game board.
There's a game board?
There is a game board, Adam.
I'm getting
Welcome
excited.
to the game board.
Oh my!
Look at this guy.
A picture of a crappy garden.
Again,
Why
we're
is there
in.
moss the garden?
It's a shitty garden. Remember, we're in the
Crap garden.
we're in the autonomous zone.
Agile. Must be Italian.
Ah, very nice.
There's a leg lamp somewhere.
Steve wouldn't get those jokes.
Decomposed.
I wouldn't get those jokes because I don't like that movie.
It's Spanish for a whale's vagina.
Well, there's nothing else to get. It's not a complicated joke, man.
Never watched it. I don't know.
You've never seen Christmas Story?
Oh, here we go.
He hates it, but he's never seen it. It tracks.
You're one of those people.
Uh-oh, he's changing.
Get on with the show. Come on.
Yes, time to
Can
get
you move my
on.
name closer to Jason's since he has a better taste in movies.
No, you're separated as you're supposed to be.
I do like the black and gold. Thank you for that.
So, with this in mind, I have created a game, and this game rests on one round of roundtable questions that will decide the order in which you answer the multiple choice questions. And in the roundtable question round, I will give out points as I see fit. That's
Wow,
how I.
really,
yes.
really playing God here.
So this is around the horn.
We're going around
Sticking
the
to
horn.
book.
We'll be going
Around-
around the horn on these first questions, but then we'll move on to multiple choice. The multiple choice works is similar to our past shows, where if you can answer the question without help, you will get 2 points, or you can get multiple choice, and if you answer it with the multiple choice, you get 1 point. Every multiple choice question also has a bonus point, so if you answer correctly on the multiple choice part, then you get a chance at the bonus question for extra bonus points. I have 2 rounds of that. After every round, we'll go back to a roundtable question, and then I have one final giant roundtable question to settle it all.
So
And of
this is
course-
basically Cones of Dunshire.
Yes, it is.
You forgot it's about the cones.
I'm the Maverick.
With that in mind, though, I know that we spend a lot of time on these shows with hard-ass questions, and some people go home with no points. So this time I decided I'm going to start you all out with a very easy question
Ah,
in
Great.
which everybody can get a point.
It's gonna make me feel even worse when I don't get any points now.
Can I see
there with you,
Dennis's
Dennis.
point?
You cannot
Do you
steal
get any
Dennis's
points
point,
for a fun
but
answer?
we are going to start going around the horn with the order that you see listed, and that means we're going to start with Jason. And the very simple question to start the show with is name a better show than Brews Brothers.
Let me think here because this could. I just want to think of a really, really shitty show.
And we all agree it's better.
We'll go with The Office.
Oh, I love it.
What is The Office?
That is a polarizing view, Jason.
but it's still
One-
not wrong, though.
It's still
No,
not
it's
wrong.
definitely not wrong.
But polarizing.
1 point to Jason. Dennis, name a better show than Brews Brothers.
Well, we kind of mentioned it earlier. I'll go with Parks and Rec.
1 point to Dennis. Kelsey, name a better show than Brews Brothers.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
1 point to Kelsey. Adam, name a better show than Brews Brothers.
I'll just keep this rolling. Jeopardy.
Sean, name a better show than Brews Brothers.
It's tough. I was gonna say Hop Nation USA, but I'll say Scrubs.
1 point to.
I don't want to be wrong.
I don't want to be wrong.
I want to be wrong.
Tom, name a better show.
I'm going to have to go with Schitt's Creek.
1 point to Tom.
Nice choice, Tom.
Bonus point to Tom because I'm watching it right now.
Exactly. It's where I got it. I've already seen it.
That is crap.
Tom
Yes.
has 11 points.
Out
Or are
to
we
a
doing the
lead.
slashes?
Doing slashes, Dennis.
All right.
Nikki and Eric, name a better show than Brews Brothers.
Community.
1 point to Nikki and
Ooh,
Eric.
nice.
Woo! Nailed it.
I like it. I like
We're
it.
all on the
Having
board.
us, now that we're ahead,
Everybody's on the board.
we're gonna log out now.
All right. So, moving on to our next roundtable question. Name a beer on the draft list of Rodman's in the Brews Brothers show. And we're going to start reverse Nikki and Eric.
Weiss Power.
1
you
point.
said that.
I said it.
Tom?
I am screwed here.
I don't think that's the name of a beer.
That's the only one I remember.
Was that their Scottish ale?
I can't take multiple choice here, can I?
No, this is roundtable just going around.
I do not know other than Vice Power. I'm going to have to take the hit.
Okay, Sean. Name a beer that they sell at Rodman's.
They definitely have the caramel mochaccino frappato handstand.
Adam, name a beer that's sold
I
at
wasn't
Rodman's.
finished.
Yes, you were.
I didn't care enough. Just pass.
Kelsey, name a beer sold at Rodman's.
Perfect Head Porter.
Kelsey gets a point.
I'm
How dare
impressed.
you, Kelsey?
Damn.
Well played.
Thank
Cheating.
you.
Dennis, name a beer sold at Rodman's.
Only one I remember is that Monk collaboration. I do not have the name.
Half.
Give him a half a point.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do a
Lowercase.
half.
You put a
sign.
lowercase I. There you go.
Case
Everyone knows that's how the Romans did halves.
Right. Jason, name a beer at Rodman's.
I don't remember the style, but I know the name was Rod Guzzler.
That is one of the beers sold at Rodman's.
Yeah, but he didn't know the style, so you can't give him that point.
That's fine.
He's
I
the
don't
center
think it-
square. He gets
It
the
was-
benefit of the
it was a
doubt.
Hefeweizen. was a
It
Hefeweizen.
actually didn't have a didn't have a style. It
was
just said Rod Guzzler on it.
It was a brown ale. It's fine.
It's a brown.
All right. Moving on to our next question. And this is more of a timed event, but you each have 1 minute to name your favorite character and explain why they're a good character. So you have to defend them, actually.
Do you have to know their names?
Yes.
Okay,
Because you
damn,
need
That's
to
going to
know
cause a problem.
half. Can I have
I mean-
multiple choice?
a name and such that we can identify who you're talking about.
Okay.
But
Sure. Can I just
yeah.
use an accent in my answer to try and clue you in?
no, because that could be racist. So I'm not having that.
Everyone knows you don't want to be racist against the Germans.
Oh, okay.
Carry on.
Jason, why don't you start us off? You have 1 minute to defend your favorite character.
Gee, I wonder where I'm going with this. If anybody listened to my episode and reviewing episode 5. Sarah, of course. She's phenomenal. She looks good. Her name's Carmen Flood, and if you look up her Instagram name, it is Natural Disaster. Carmen Flood, get it? Natural Disaster. I mean, keep ticking up points, brother, because, no, you took one back?
It's like a meter.
No, I honestly, she was like one of the more redeeming virtues of the show for me. So that was why I liked her. Yeah. that good? Do I get points? Can we move on?
You kind of fell short by 10 seconds, but that's good enough.
Oh, I had to fill a minute? I didn't realize I actually had to fill the minute.
If you could fill the minute, you get the maximum amount of points.
Oh, there was more points. Damn it, you didn't tell me that.
No, it's coming out very much how I want to do things.
Are we allowed to have the same favorite character?
Nope.
Oh, hell.
Oh no.
Gotta pick a new character every
Oh,
time.
Truffle's
Is this
still
how
out there.
favorites work?
Yes. That's how favorite work
I
in
didn't
this
know
game.
Shit, I guess I don't have a favorite.
Thank you for snaking and starting with me. That was great.
Dennis, who's your favorite character in Brews Brothers and why?
Man, we all know I'm not going to do good on this one. So apparently the only episodes I remember is the monk ones. So I would say, to me, the old monk from, what's his name, fucking Wilhelm's Past, because, you know, number one, they really made me want to drink with a monk. Like I was motivated to go out and try to find a monk to hang out with and drink with because they like the party. But weird things still happen. So to me, that sounds like a great night. That's it. Ooh, I see some slashes on there.
Yeah, I took one away because you stopped.
No, I stopped because I had no more information.
This answer has to be infinite?
You stopped 30 seconds away. So.
Oh, shit.
Kelsey, who was your favorite character on Brews Brothers?
All right. He was only in one episode, but he made such a lasting impression on me. And his name is Laszlo Suna, the sex toy maker. His passion for crafting the perfect dildo for pleasure, and the fact that he was able to connect with Adam about shared passion was just a beautiful story of two really pretentious, over-the-top people finding each other in this crazy world to share both sex toy and beer. And the fact that he was able to save Rodman's bottling issue by giving them his discarded hollow glass dildos because heaven forbid you put a camera in them, and his one art form got rejected and he was able to save them and they were able to put beer in a glass dildo. I mean, that is just genius marketing on both parts, and it's not wasteful. So good to Laszlo.
Damn.
I just
wish
ask
the bars on my phone would
timer.
climb
What
that
was
fast on my charger.
I want to ask, what other reason than pleasure would you be crafting a dildo?
I mean,
Art piece.
pleasure.
In what museum?
Medical purposes.
I guess I don't get out as much as you guys.
Given the length of his career crafting dildos, at what point do you still remain excited about making a new dildo or crafting a differently
Exactly
shaped dildo?
It's true, but the fact that he still was able to retain so much joy from it, it's good for you, buddy. Good for you.
That is heartening in a way, because when you think about Adam Sandler, and he's been making dildos for I don't know how long,
Right.
and he doesn't have the joy in it anymore.
Right. He doesn't have
He just calls them movies.
Right.
Tom, I'd say if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. So that's why for him, it's not a hand job. It's more of a hand
Hand passion?
Yeah, that's my guess. That's my person.
Fair enough. Adam, who's your favorite character in Brews Brothers?
So for me, it's not character, it's characters, but I had to go with the founders. And for multiple reasons. Number one,
What are their names?
it
And
doesn't
how are they-
matter. I don't know that they actually had names. They
Oh,
It's
the
everything. He's back to
founders.
zero.
Am I allowed to just
Thanks for shitting
No.
my Cheerios.
Oh, keep it down.
But the founders, simply because their jokes were quick, punchy, and then they got right back out. They weren't part of the overall storyline, but they were a nice kind of just relief from the garbage that was going on in the day-to-day storyline. And some previous people had talked about those are the people that they wanted to have a beer with. The founders are who I would want to have a beer with, because they weren't very, pretentious. They didn't care too much about the nuances of the beer. They just invested in a local business and they supported it, and they got to drink beer. That's the kind of guy I want to have a beer with. So the founders. Lock it in.
That is way too
Okay.
many points.
Did he get a point for saying lock it in?
Well,
Drink
Oh, no.
beer. That's the kind of guy I want to have a beer with. Get you max points. At least I know what playing field we're on.
Remember that for later.
oh, you forgot Steve's kind of like Morgan Freeman and Bruce Almighty right now.
Maybe some answers are more correct than others. Who knows? Sean, who's your favorite character in Brews Brothers?
My favorite character is definitely the guy who's played by Flula Borg, and I do not know his name, but it doesn't matter apparently because Adam got points for not knowing names. So let's continue with that. The reason being that he's got the goofiest personality. He's just like an agent of chaos, which is fantastic for me. I love that in any show. Although I do get a little bit, of a feeling like who's going to clean that up. But other than that, the dude was just down to make things happen no matter what. So I love that about him. Also, he reminded me of the fish from American Dad, who was like real dark in his humor. Was that American Dad? Yeah, that was it. There's so many fucking shows by Seth MacFarlane. But other than that, no, I listened to one episode, so I don't fucking know who any of these people are. How'd I do?
Honestly, you should get max points just for not having to watch the entire series.
I listened to an episode while I mowed my lawn a week
I
ago.
could also be negative points. So.
I'm not here to win. I'm here to be seen by all of the listener.
Tom, who's your favorite character?
There's a couple, but I'm gonna have to go with the monk. I believe his name is Truffle, and it's the monk who was, when we talked last time, he was up there with the.
Hey, Tom, you want to restart that one?
Was his name Truffle, or did I get that wrong?
You just can't pick the same character.
Oh, I said
Oh,
truffle.
Oh, you said
One more point for me.
Okay, well then I'll go with my other character. Okay.
They should both be disqualified for even thinking that's their favorite character.
Watch any of the show.
Oh no, I should just go on with my explanation just to prove you wrong.
Worst character ever.
So I'm going to go with Chewie then, just to pick another character because that's the object of the game. Chewie didn't have a big role, but he did have some subtle roles. He provided, angst and some directed aggression against the Nazi forefront that came into the brewery. And his role was, is slightly a comedic departure from the rest of the shit show that went on, as known as Brews Brothers. And I think it might propel him into other, comedic roles into other things. He had an integral part, and the part that he played, was just short little quips of thank you for that comedic line and input that brightened the episode a little bit of the rest of the shit that I had to get shoved through while watching the rest of the show. Am I done?
Good enough.
Uh-oh.
Can we dock him 1 point for having seen the entire show, apparently?
No.
No? I think that's cheating.
And last but not least, Nikki and Eric, feel free to split your time if you want, but you still have to talk about the same character.
I think we agree. And going last, I'm surprised that no one picked this character.
That's right.
I feel like his lines were on point.
Tell him.
I would want to have a beer with him for sure. You might say he's a very good boy, and that's Friar Lucas.
All the points. All the points.
The best
Points
character.
are sold out.
I was like, hey, he looks cuddly. He is having a beer. I want to be where that dog is. So, I went last and I was like, someone's going to pick Friar Lucas. No one did, but that's the best character. He deserves an Academy Award for being the best good boy on Brews Brothers. Because
On television.
shit
That's
show.
an Emmy, Nikki.
And he had to carry it.
Yeah.
This show were to ever even fall into the lap of somebody that votes for an Academy Award or an Emmy, as this would be, I'm done. I'm canceling my Netflix.
The only person
Books only for
deserved
Jason.
an award for being on this show is this poor dog that had no say on whether or not he'd be in this show.
I'll give you that. I will give
They
you that.
probably gave him some free kibbles. Come on now.
Yeah,
Some free kibbles.
he was the best character. hands down.
Well, like I said,
Pop.
some answers are more correct than others. Nikki and Eric, you attained as many points as I was willing to give to keep it interesting. We've reached the end of the first round table of questions, though. And that means we're getting ready to move on into our multiple choice questions. And as I said before, the multiple choice order will be decided by the point system that we have set up right now. And that means the person with the most points is going to go first. And we'll go from descending order there. So that means Nikki and Eric, you're going to be first up.
Oh boy.
Yes, with the
Also,
multiple
Eric,
choice.
You were hyping me the whole time.
Yeah.
Because I was talking about
Yeah.
dog.
Tell him.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't get a hype man, so I feel like this is really.
That did not affect points.
Probably lost a couple.
That's okay.
Yeah, but this dude suddenly has the most popular podcast in the world now.
Just imagine how many
Just
points
for
you
hype.
have if you were the one having to describe why the character was Eric.
Eric is, eloquent in his words. I just
just wanna
wanted to
listen to
talk
a
We're
about
podcast
typically
just
not
for
as
hyping.
eloquent as our other halves, though.
True.
Look at this. He's just hyping everybody. I love it. My new best friend.
All right. So, Nikki and Eric, are you ready for your first question?
Yes.
Ready.
All right. Who popularized the trend of eating brewer's yeast as seen in episode 5 of Brews Brothers?
That was Sam Cooke.
Ooh.
Wait.
What are you going to do, Steve?
In the episode.
Nah, you can't.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
not
was,
popularized it, but
Mm,
taking its room into that.
Isn't that a jazz musician technically?
well, it was that dude in like the bathroom stall. Does he actually have a character name? He's like, "Come
That's-
here, man."
That's
No.
not, I don't think that's the discrepancy here.
Triangle.
No.
Nope.
no, that's not the discrepancy. And unfortunately, you went ahead before there was multiple choice. So I'm going to have to disqualify you and say no.
Just yells out Sam Cooke.
That's,
Yeah.
Multiple choice.
That means
that's the con of having a hype man. You guys just get overconfident.
We love Sam Cooke, man. He's hyping him.
Should have let the other half go, Eric.
He was so excited. He was
When he
like,
gets excited,
"Got this."
he yells Sam Cooke. That's how he is. That's how Eric is. I know him personally. He just goes like,
Adam.
Sam Cooke.
Adam, it's your question.
So it's my question, and there are 3 answers here I can give you. So
Okay.
I
one.
do have to ask a clarification. Are you
Okay.
talking about in real life, or are you talking about purely in the show?
Yeah, I'm going to say it's in real life, but the person that is in real life is the same as the show.
So if you're talking, it's got to be Jim Cook.
Yes, Jim Cook is
Same
the
thing.
head of Sam Adams. Jim Cook is the head of Sam Adams. With that, though, Adam, you've earned your chance at the bonus point. And your bonus question is, where did Jim Cook learn it from?
Oh hell, I don't know.
Okay.
Internet.
Okay, with that in mind, it's now open to everybody. The first person who can buzz in by saying buzz can get this point.
Do you get
Buzz.
points if you
Boston
get?
Tea Party.
That is incorrect. And I'm going to dock you points for being an ass.
Damn.
I didn't know it worked that
Very
way.
old. Sam Cooke. I
Now
thought
you
even
know.
Sam Adams is very old.
Saying nonsense for no reason gets you docked.
Sam Adams was a real person in the Boston Tea Party. How dare you?
And it looks like nobody knows. He learned it from Joseph Awades, who was the originator of the basic Miller Lite formula, as well as the Boston Lager.
Is that why you yelled Boston Tea Party earlier? Maybe you were on to something.
Sam Adams was in the Boston Tea Party. How dare you? He's
All
the
right.
one that led it. I don't know if that's true.
Moving on, Tom, you're up for the next question.
All right.
Your question is, well, you know what? Actually, I'm sorry about that, Tom. It's not your turn. It's Adam's turn. Because
All right.
Adam was next on the list after Nikki and Eric.
Okay.
Then it'll go Tom.
Don't worry, Tom. You'll get it soon enough.
Yes.
Leave me your bonus.
All right, Adam. How much did the original black truffle beer cost that was brewed in real life?
I'm going to say $100 a bottle.
That is incorrect. Tom,
All right, I'm going to the bathroom.
that's fine.
That's
Tom.
what you get them wrong and you run to the bathroom? That's
Yeah.
weird.
Punishment.
Talk
A
about
weird
anxiety.
binge and purge thing he's got going on.
Tom, it's your chance to answer this question. Remember, multiple choice is available.
All right.
Would you like your choices?
Yes, please.
All right, your choices are $80 a bottle, $90 a bottle, $110 a bottle, or $120 a bottle.
Let's see. I'm going to go with 110.
That is incorrect.
Oh,
We move on to Kelsey. Kelsey, are you there?
I am.
Kelsey, is the original black truffle beer $80 a bottle, $90 a bottle, or $120 a bottle?
I'm going to go with $90 a bottle.
That is incorrect. Dennis, 80 or 120?
120.
chance.
120 is the correct answer.
Wow.
Now,
Now, is that in today's dollars?
yes, it's in today's dollars.
God, I got
Bitcoin.
Yeah. Now, Dennis,
How
your
many
chance for the
Bitcoins
bonus.
is that? Exactly.
Your chance for the bonus point. Who brewed the original black truffle pilsner?
You're saying in real life, right?
Yes, in real life.
There's no multiple choice on bonuses, right?
Nope.
Brewdog?
Incorrect.
That was a good guess. They do weird
Yeah, it's a
shit.
good guess.
3 seconds for anybody else who wants to buzz in.
East End
Buzz.
Brewing.
Buzz.
Dogfish Head.
Both of you are incorrect.
Buzz.
Shut up, Sean. You don't know.
Tadcaster Brewing Company. London,
Incorrect. Incorrect.
Well, it seems like an England beer, doesn't it?
No, it was actually brewed by Moody Tongue out of Chicago, Illinois, using Australian black truffle.
Illinois.
That sounds bougie.
Fancy.
It was $120 a bottle.
It better be bougie.
Yeah.
It's bougie for being bougie. Australian truffles? Like, come on, man. You can't get no
Yeah.
Whole Foods truffles and put them in there.
I know. That's a lot of shipping.
But was it boozy? What was the ABV on that, please?
Actually, it wasn't boozy. It was only around, because it was a Pilsner, it was only like 4.5%, 5%.
A
Yeah,
Pilsner?
I ain't buying it.
The untapped
I ain't
one.
buying
What's
it.
the name of it?
It's just called the Black Truffle Beer by Black Truffle Pilsner by Moody Tongue.
Am I wrong to have assumed that was a stout? That was a Pilsner? That seems like a waste of a truffle.
Yes.
Agreed.
Well,
3.9.
depends. That truffle could really pop
3.9.
off that Pilsner, though.
I would shave it on top of the
It's
Pilsner.
5% ABV.
Yeah, 5%. So, yep. All right, moving on.
The guy gave it a half a star.
He doesn't like truffle beers.
He does not air. Oh, sorry. This is a woman. This is Erica S. She's like, no way.
Well,
Half a star.
she probably like skipped paying rent that month and bought that beer. Like, that's not a good
Yeah.
decision.
Good friend.
That beer's the reason she went homeless. So, yes, half star.
It ruined her life. I'd give that
She
0
probably had it with
stars.
a box of truffles, and the beer was worse than the box of truffles.
Yeah,
Recommended
she had to live in that box of
flavor
truffles
term
after
is earthy and light. Earthy,
It is a
light,
Pilsner.
clean, subtle, and sweet.
Mm.
Mm.
And
Interesting.
$120. No, thank you.
Sprinkle a little
You know,
bit
I
of
had my
budding
parents
soil.
come over one time, and we played a game. We went to the store, you know, where they have like all those sodas and those like, you know, pop-up candy stores you don't really see anymore. And there's like all those hundreds of millions of flavors. Well, my parents were visiting, and we went through the store, and we said, okay, everybody's going to find the worst flavor they can possibly imagine. And we're going to
Ranch.
sit down, and we're going to try each other's flavors that they picked out for one another. And I had one picked out for me. It was a mushroom, you know,
Oh,
not beer, but
That
soda
is
pop.
a terrible
I could
thing.
imagine that this truffle flavored Pilsner is bringing those or conjuring those memories up for me, and why I would see somebody giving it half a star.
Yeah. Super earthy and gross. All right, Tom. It's your turn now to answer a question from the beginning.
All right.
Name the brewery that they filmed at in Brews Brothers.
I wiped a lot of this from my memory.
Smart move.
Buzz.
Ooh.
I'll go.
You can't buzz.
Oh, come on.
Still get my multiple choice.
Oh, that's right.
he's just proclaiming his mood right now.
Right.
Buzzed.
That's true, too.
All right, Tom. Your multiple choice is it Angry Horse, Iron Triangle, Golden Road, or is it Arts Collective?
Say those again. I thought one was going to stand out.
Angry Horse, Iron Triangle, Golden Road, or Arts Collective?
Let's go with Iron Triangle.
Iron Triangle is the correct answer.
Bullshit.
I would have said Angry Horse. Good work, Tom.
You also get a chance at the bonus points. Is Iron Triangle open?
Are we talking about
Didn't
in
they-
general
didn't-
or
well-
during COVID?
Ooh, that's a good
Nikki with the
In
point.
general. In general.
Seems like these technical bastards.
I'm going to say no, they're not open. They're in between seasons, but that doesn't mean the brewery isn't open. I'm saying no, they're not open because they were at the end there, which I'm still hazy on the memory because I'm trying to wipe it all out. But weren't they also in the process of getting bought out?
Yeah, the brewery's closed. It's
Yeah. So I don't think so.
Yeah, they closed.
I actually
Yeah,
knew
it's
the answer to
closed.
that question.
Yeah, it's closed. Point to Tom. All right, moving on. Kelsey, your question.
Yes.
What is the name of the game that was invented on this show?
Oh, starts with a K. We already talked about it. I need multiple choice. Is this gonna? As soon as I hear it, I'll know.
Is it A, Flugeborgen? Is it B, Knockball? Is it C, Crocked Ball? Or is it D, Cornhole?
It's crocked ball.
Yes, it is Crocked Ball. The
Ooh,
stupidest
boy,
game
was that-
ever
was that
invented.
where the first name came from?
Your bonus point question, Kelsey. What's the name of the Flemish gym teacher that invented Crockball?
What an asshole question.
Isn't his name like so many lines long?
He just says, yeah. Yeah.
This is why it's bonus.
No, I have no idea.
Fair enough. Open to anybody else who wants to take a shot at it.
It's like that 13-word-long French guy you had to learn back in grade school.
That is incorrect. That is not his name.
And I did not hear a buzz.
His name is Stojan. Stojan. Stojan.
What?
Stojan.
I thought it was longer than that.
Yeah, I thought it was longer too.
Stojan.
It just felt that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just felt that way.
Bazinga.
Moving on to Dennis.
I'm the
Are
only
you
one
ready?
with a half a point. Just look at that lowercase I. It's
Yeah.
just staring at me.
I feel
you
so
ready?
sorry for you right now.
Yes, sir. Let's do this.
Looking at the board.
What is the name of the brewery that they idolize and spend most of their time at when they're not at Rodman's?
Yeah, I have zero memories. So multiple choice.
Okay, multiple choice. Is it Angel City? Is it Golden Road? Is it Firestone Walker? Or is it 21st Amendment?
Is it B Golden Road?
That is incorrect.
Damn.
Who the fuck
Was that
did
incorrect sound? What the hell?
Bell tolls for thee. Dennis.
Okie doke. Well, Jason, it's your chance to answer.
Jason's saying the first one.
Are you saying number 1, Angel City? Oh,
Wait.
All right, I'm at my parents' house and they have this clock that goes off every hour. That's what you were hearing. I muted it until it was done.
okay.
Angel City is the answer.
Yes, Angel City is the answer.
I was like, how the hell did Jason do? Does he have like a pro?
I was trying to say, hold on a minute, but no.
He's just that good.
I
think
literally
you
just
get
went
one
through the
extra point for
settings. I was like, how
soundboard.
do you do this?
Yeah, I thought
The
yeah,
beer
some
clock is
soundboard.
telling you it's time for the next beer.
All right, Jason, you're going to get a chance at the bonus question. Is Angel City a real brewery?
Oh, man. No?
Such a question mark. at
It
the
sounds
end
so
of that,
sure.
Incorrect.
I'd like to buzz
Angel
in.
Ci-
You didn't even give him the multiple choice.
It's a bonus question. You don't get multiple
I
choice.
know. And
Yeah,
the
I
answer
get
is
to
yes
buzz
or
in
no.
then.
You
Yes.
can't buzz in on
God,
like a
Steve.
yes or no answer.
I didn't say every bonus was going to be open to everyone.
Buzz, yes.
You didn't say that I couldn't buzz in for yes or no questions.
Damn.
Wamp, wamp.
Eric's sitting this one out. He's like, I can't hype that up. She's yelling at Steve. Steve's the nicest guy I know.
All right.
That doesn't get
Jason.
you extra points, Dennis.
Oh no. I don't need
Like,
them. It's
convert
not,
that
trust me, it's not going to
lowercase
make
I,
a
sir.
difference.
Convert it.
Wait another 15 minutes. You'll see it won't matter.
It all comes down to the last question.
All right, Jason. Moving on. This is your question. What is the average critic score on Rotten Tomatoes of Brews Brothers?
Do I have to hit this exactly?
I would say within 5.
Plus or
I need-
5%.
I need the points, so I'm going to take a stab. 13.
That is incorrect.
Not a bad guess, though.
Yes.
Oh, hi, Jason.
Sean, what is the average critic score?
I'm gonna need the multiple choice, actually.
Is it 20%? Is it 30%? Is it 40%? Or is it 70%?
And this is the Metacritic score, not the user.
Rotten Tomato critic aggregate.
Right. I want to say 40% because critics are idiots.
That is
It's a good
correct.
basis. Wow.
Really?
When
It
in
is.
doubt, assume the person's an idiot. You'll get it right every
It's
time.
40%.
It's America.
Man,
Assume they're idiots.
Hope the check's cleared first.
All right, Sean, time for the bonus question.
Mhm.
What
I'm
is
not
the audience score?
17%.
That is incorrect.
They're even smarter than critics.
Yeah.
That's not within 5.
That is definitely not within 5.
All
How
right.
about then 50%?
How much did you say?
50, she said.
50,
50.
50.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you said 50 or 15. That is also incorrect, though.
Buzz, 21%.
Incorrect.
Well, oh, I guess this is the thing.
What are you doing?
Buzz 30%.
Incorrect. It's open for everybody. You might as well
Buzz,
just go for
12.
Even me?
I wasn't
Incorrect.
paying attention. Can you repeat the question?
10.
What's
10.
the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes? Not the
Buzz
critic
Buzz
score,
again,
but
10.
24.
Come back in.
the incorrect. Kelsey, do you have a guess?
I'm going to go pee now.
I'm going to go with 37%.
Incorrect. Everybody's gotten it wrong. Nobody
Jason
gets
pulled it
bonus
at him.
points.
He got it wrong, went to the
Yeah.
bathroom. I don't know what's going on here.
I don't blame him.
But I'll tell you what, everybody's going to be upset to find out that it's 66%.
What?
There's no way.
No. No.
Told you everyone was an idiot. We should have all gone with that.
6 seasons in a movie. Let's do this.
Yeah,
People like
yeah.
it.
exactly.
Do we think there will be a season 2?
I hope not.
I hope
They left it open, but I hope not too.
Is
Yeah,
that a multiple
I
choice
have
question, Kelsey? And
If
also,
there's a second
can I get it within
season,
5?
guys, I don't know that I'll come on this show to discuss it.
I don't know. I will.
And then we'll be here and we'll watch all of them. if you
Let's hold off on the season 2 talk for now.
All right.
want. All right.
It's probably something that'll come up later.
My
Yes.
bad.
And that's called foreshadowing.
Thank you, Dennis. Turn that half into a whole.
There goes your half.
Oh.
Wow.
What a
Anybody
guy.
else bothered by the fact that the lowercase I was taller than the capital I? This font is fucked.
Well, now I am.
All right. We're on to our final question of this round. And it goes to Sean. And I'm sorry.
Don't sound too disappointed.
Well, I just feel bad for you because I don't think you're going to get this one.
Okay. Well, I know that I don't get points for comedy, so I'll just pretend I'll just be
That's
very
true.
serious, and we'll just make sure the listener's very bored. Go ahead.
What are the names of the dildo store owners?
Oh, hell.
In and out. Final answer.
Correct. Correct.
That was pretty funny.
Looping back around, it goes to Nikki and Eric.
We would need the multiple choice option.
All right. Your multiple choice options are Cheryl and Carol. Karen spelled two different ways. So two different Karens. Lisa and Jillian, or no names were given.
Damn.
Lisa and Jillian.
Lisa and Jillian is incorrect. It's actually the name of
In and
the.
out.
That's the actual name of the actors who played the dildo store
Oh.
owners.
Buzz.
Kind of right.
Not a buzz.
Right. Kind of correct.
Come on.
Uh,
Man, we're going to get back in this.
Poor
or B.
Jason.
But yes.
Goes to Adam. What were the name of the dildo store owners?
No names given.
That is correct.
Yeah, you got to go none of the above. I can't believe that was an answer.
Yeah, no names were
I would have
given
just remained
on
silent
the episode when they talked to them.
for the
If you-
first time in my life.
if
They
you
were
look
such critical characters, too. I can't believe
I
they
know.
didn't give them names.
Yeah, right. If you look up their names on IMDb, they are credited as Robin and Meg. But
I'm going to go to the.
Damn
Yeah.
it, Meg.
yeah. So, bonus question, Adam.
Yes.
What is the sought after dildo that Wilhelm asks if they carry?
Don't know.
If you did know this off the top of your head, I would definitely judge you.
I would judge me.
It's
He does
mentioned.
know it, he just doesn't want to tell us.
It's the one named after their one beer, right?
No.
No?
It is mentioned. No, it is mentioned in the show, but it's not the name of a beer as well.
I don't know. The Magnum PI.
Incorrect.
Oh,
Open
Dad.
forum.
That's probably a
Open
good
buzz.
model.
Anybody got a guess?
Didn't hear the question because I went to get beer.
Oh, no, I don't.
What is the name of the dildo that they go to seek after
This question's
from the
insane.
dildo store?
Hot and heavy.
Incorrect.
Excelsior? I don't know.
Incorrect.
Wow, why
In
does that
and
sound
out.
like a real name?
Probably is.
Excelsior.
Probably is. Excalibur is also probably a real dildo name as well.
Pretty legit. That can't be cheap.
Yeah.
The Rambone.
No. It looks as nobody gets it. But first reference in episode 1, the customer at Rodman's is looking for the accommodator,
That's it. Damn it. It was right on the tip of my tongue. That's what she said. Damn it.
which Wilhelm then asks about later on in the episode 3. So, yes. So, coming to the end of this round, we have everybody in a pretty close neck and neck race, except for Adam, who's way ahead, and Sean, who's way behind.
Yes. This is like golf, right? We want to scroll up. Is that what we're doing? I didn't listen to the rules.
So, with that in mind, we're going to move on to our next round table question.
One of these. Thanks.
And we're going
Where are we on this board here?
So, you're here, Jason. You have 6.
There are words, Jason. you'll need to-
It's like a farm or like a garden is where we are.
I hate
That's
you
where
all.
we're going to be buried at the end of this episode.
Oh, this is
No, that's the ratings of the show.
Maybe those plants will
Long
grow a
ones
little
are
better
better.
then.
No, this is the infamous Chaz Garden in Seattle, in that autonomous zone.
Mm.
Yeah.
I meant where are we and who goes first, but okay, great. I'm glad I know where the garden's from now.
Aren't they growing the wrong kind of plants for Seattle in a free garden?
I have no idea what they're growing.
And some weird botanist type question there.
It all got taken over by a homeless guy anyway, who just stomped all over it. So it doesn't matter.
Oh, great.
Well, I can definitely see some tomatoes and what looks like potentially some sort of melon plant out in front there.
Yeah.
They're getting extra points.
You guys
Also,
have some weird skills.
space between
Yeah,
the
I'd
fives.
agree with
That would be
that.
easy to see. Maybe
But
space between the fives.
To answer your question,
No.
Jason, we're going to start with who has the most points to start the round table, because they shouldn't have extra time to prepare. That means we're going to go with Adam to start this round off. And your question is, again, you have 1 minute on the clock, but your question is, what's your favorite episode of Brews Brothers? And defend it against all the other episodes. Ready? Go.
I'm going to take about 45 seconds to figure out how I can decide what is actually a good episode that I'm willing to defend. So I'm going to say the last episode, what was that, 8? Episode 8. I'm going to say episode 8 was the last episode, which made it the good one, because I didn't have to watch the show anymore. That's it.
0 points for the most obvious answer.
But is it wrong?
It isn't wrong.
You can take points away. I don't care. I don't have to watch this anymore.
You got 1 point for at least naming an episode, but then I took that point away for being too obvious, and then
gave you a V.
That's 5 points.
That was incorrect.
No, slashes
Space
only.
after the fives? Can we space?
That was incorrect.
Oh my God, will you put the point somewhere and just end it?
Just put a space after every 5th point.
So,
Right? Am I wrong? Can you all hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. I think Steve muted me.
No, you're still there.
You're just really quiet, Sean.
That's new for me.
so moving on. It goes to Nikki and Eric. Defend your favorite episode.
I think my favorite episode was episode 7, where you had some white supremacists come. And I liked it because it is very relevant to things that are happening. I think as a brewery owner, it has to be very difficult to turn away from your customers. So if you don't agree with them, like he does not agree with them, how can you stand up for yourself? So it was silly that they had to play that stupid game. But I think that was the most relevant, is out of all of them, as someone that's been a bartender and like worked at a brewery and in service, this is the only one that I felt was like relevant to the real world. And I felt like, how would I approach, paying customers and be like, hey, this isn't cool what you're doing. And again, they threw in, Chewy's balls in the glass. I can't unsee that at this point. And I hated that completely.
Plus, as the penultimate episode to the series,
You're going over.
It really everything.
Out of my hype, man.
The players are more they're more developed than they were in the early episode.
You're going over.
The points are disappearing. Stop talking.
Yeah.
Before you start losing points.
Take them away.
That's it.
All right. Tom, defend your favorite episode.
All right. I cannot actually tell you the number of the episode, and I would be ashamed if I could, because then that would show how much attention I pay to the show. But my favorite episode was when the monk got into the competition about describing beers with the other breweries. And it goes to, for me, it connected with me because how many times have you been at a bar or a beer tasting event or a beer fest for that matter, and you listen to people talk about their favorite beers and why, and people get into these, just immense descriptions of all the flavors they can taste in a beer. And I can't describe to you how many times I have, and I'm pretty sure you guys have, of when you're drinking a beer, you're like, can you really taste all those 7 different flavors you just described in the beer, and especially those little subtle spices you described that you can't even pick out of the back of your spice cabinet because you can't even find the damn spice because it's so cluttered? I mean, for me, one, I have a bad palate, but, you know, at the same time, you can over-describe a beer and you can under-describe a beer, but, you know, beer can be described in ways that connect with all kinds of people. So there's really, you know, just a simple way to describe a beer that everyone can understand. But I connected with that episode.
Okay, good work, Tom. We're going to go to Dennis, even though he's in a tie with Kelsey. We're going to go to Dennis because he's only seen so many episodes. So give him a fighting chance.
I was praying to God that no one was going to name this episode because it's the only one I could actually remember.
I'll give you a chance to defend it, though.
Appreciate that. Well, good to go?
Go ahead.
I would say episode 4. Again, it's one of the few episodes I watched. It's when all the monks show up. So a couple things about the episode that I really enjoyed. One, I can really empathize with the main character having to live at the brewery, shower back there, because being a small business owner, when I am at my office, sometimes I'm there from 5 p.m. to 6 a.m. And I, as well, no one knows, but I would go into the bathroom, kind of take a little birdie bath in the sink, wash the face, wash the arms, and reapply some deodorant, and then keep hustling. So I could definitely understand that. And the second piece I really enjoyed about that episode, when they took the dog to go, to the dog sitter, groomer, whatever that weird lady was, and somehow they got the dogs mixed up. Like, how do you not know that you have an exact twin of Friar Lucas? Like, how do you not know that? Like that was just
that's your time
to me. All right, that's it.
I started taking off points because you were bringing up a bad point of the episode that didn't make any sense.
No, and that's I'm sorry.
That's not defending it.
I just thought it was just comical because it was so easy, to see that plot. Like it was
right.
Just asinine.
Yeah, it was an asinine plot. It did not make any sense, but yes. So, and that brings us to Kelsey. Time to defend your favorite episode of Brews Brothers.
So I think it's episode 3 where it's the Van Nuys Brew Tour, and they're trying to get on the brewery tour circuit. So they set that meeting with whoever's in charge of the beer tour, and they're getting on Taps, and they're getting all the social posts going and trying to get hashtags trending. I just think that that's so relevant for so many breweries who are maybe starting out. Like, that's the only way that they're going to kind of get their name out there potentially is like a good social media presence, getting on a brew tour to get people in the door. I just really liked how Adam kind of just took it like one level too far and was going to be hosting these super in-depth classes about, brewing and different tastes of beer and types of hops. And his brother just kind of came in and made it like the huge joke with the Cicerone, and how everyone was just like, I think you took a point off for that, but I think it's hilarious how everyone started yelling.
That's your time.
Wow.
That's your time.
Hey, that's fine.
Yeah. But, overall, you defended it well enough.
Thank you.
Which brings us to Jason. Time to defend your favorite episode of Brews Brothers.
Before my time starts, I need to ask, is this the same thing where I can't use the same episode as somebody else?
Yes.
That's crap. Adam's response to my favorite episode was terrible. Can I please do a better? It was
pretty good.
Can I please do a better breakdown of episode 8?
I'll let the panel vote.
I allow it. Yeah,
that's fine.
I'll allow it.
Thank God, because I can't remember any of the other episodes that are left.
Democracy rules. Go ahead.
All right. So I think we can all agree that as a whole, the show was terrible. And episode 8 did everything in its power to pull every terrible element of every terrible television show ever written, plus the first 7 terrible episodes of this show, and just jam it all into 30 minutes of absolute dumpster fire. That's what episode 8 was.
You need to give him more points.
In the realm of this world, whether it be breweries or business in general, can some guy just swoop in and say, no, I own your business now because you didn't file the right paperwork? And nor does the person put on this important, please turn in, or whatever the hell he said. Episode 8 was a monumental dumpster fire from start to finish, which was a complete microcosm of our series. That is why this is my favorite episode, because we've got to have, you guys have got to have now 9 podcasts about this. I think that is in and above itself better than that show could have ever done from a creative standpoint. Mark it, dude.
Extra point for that, and that's your
Extra
time.
points for saying market. I need to start saying that at the end.
No, extra points for saying that our show is better than Brews Brothers.
Write it down.
I know where my bread is buttered.
And cue your organic sound there, Dennis.
I think Steve should get docked points for not just putting spaces after every 5th tick.
Love that we went into Rocky movie mode on the YouTube feed. This is just
Sean, defend your favorite episode of Brews
I
Brothers.
listened to one episode, so it's going to be episode number last. And whatever the fuck that one, I'm pretty sure Jason just described it. So
Pop that.
His exact tone and just start up by saying dumpster fire. And then I'm going to continue on by saying, I didn't even listen to this pile of shit, and I could tell it was fucked. I walked out there with my fucking electric lawnmower. That's right, bitches. I don't pour gasoline in it. Unlike the dumpster fire where they poured gasoline into a dumpster and then lit it on fire. It was shit. The writing was just a fucking abomination. They just took wadded up spitballs and flung them against the wall to see what would stick. And then everyone just went ahead with whatever fucking joke that the writer's room came up with, and they just went ahead and say it anyway. There was no director. There was no editor. It was just, hey, let's all pretend we're funny, and bring in your 14-year-old child. Let's have a dick joke here. Maybe he can think of one. Fuck it. It's the first fucking thing that we can come up with, so let's just do it. Are we running out of time here? I'm pretty sure we ran out of time. Just fucking all the jokes from the rest of the series. We're done with this. We're not getting a second.
And that's your time.
Give me the jokes. The rejected jokes.
You forgot the market.
Also, dumpster fire. Market. Write that shit down.
Hey, it does work. You're doing it, Peter.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of all that whatever hullabaloo, and we're ready to start our next round of questions.
This is still going? Okay.
Yeah. Yes. And the questions are harder now.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
How many episodes did you do before this one? 157? You might want to throw a PSA into your listeners that just tuned in for the first time that you've got some other good content out there.
Joke's on all you. This is the series finale. We're quitting.
It's over.
So this is how I find out, huh?
Man, this is
Best
like
joke I've
showing
ever
up
heard.
to work and having the store
Can't
be
fire
closed.
me. I
Like-
quit.
Work in this van.
How dare you
All
come
right.
out after our podcast, make more episodes, and then quit before us? I know. Disgusted.
That's how good we is. With that in mind, though, let's take a look at the leaderboards. Right now, we have Tom and Jason in a tie with 14 points. We have Nikki and Eric coming up with 12. Adam and Dennis are tied with 11. Kelsey has 10. And Sean has 8.
God knows how many, because you don't put spaces after the 5th tick.
So, question is, did anybody get a new beer?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I
Grab one.
just stuck with the Tang glider.
How many points do I get for saying yes?
What are you drinking? Show it.
I'll have to send you a picture.
Wow,
IPA.
that's a delight. That is a
IPA.
delight.
Hold on, let me get one.
Right?
What is that beer, though, Nikki?
This one is Voodoo.
Okay, Voodoo. All right.
Voodoo IPA.
Dennis,
didn't
what
get
do
a
you
new
got?
beer, but there's a new
man.
development with this beer. It seems to be moving on its own over here.
Well, I'm dipping into some Insurrection, some Game Hedge. It is their double dry hop, double IPA, clocking in at 8% ABV. Such a good, dank, juicy, tasty brew. So I'm excited to jump into this guy.
Anybody else with anything new? Tom's got a new
I'm
beer.
stepping the ABV down. I've got the Cinderlands Passion Fruit Whipper Berliner Weiss coming in at 4%. So I'm stepping it down from the last ABV beer.
I don't want to get docked for putting a platform beer on the show or anything that's not a craft. So Guinness is what I got right now.
Guinness is fine.
Yeah, that's good.
Guinness is fine.
You
Jason,
get
did
extra
you
points from Steve by telling him I've got a Murphy Stout waiting for me.
did Jason disappear?
I'm right here.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Did you get a new beer?
No, I got another, but the same kind.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I can't give you points for that.
I was on my phone. You're handing out points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Point for every new beer is one of the secret.
I had
points for
want to
every
hear
new
what
beer?
I've
I'm
drank
about to
today?
win
I mean,
this.
if you want to award points, so far today I've had Labatt Blue Light. I've had Twisted Tea Raspberry, Twisted Tea. What's it called? I can't remember. And Fatheads, Headhunter. So
That's
suck it and give me points.
Yeah, that's one of the point.
marketing.
Mark it, dude.
All right. All right.
All the
Peer pressure is a bitch.
Well,
All right.
aggressive pours only.
Wow,
It also had Equilibrium energy equals. I didn't know you wanted. We aren't currently drinking it. We drank it during the last round.
You can't use the same trick twice. Just because somebody got away with it doesn't mean you get to get away.
Allow me to find all the empties. I'm gonna pile them in here.
Damn. The one time I choose not to drink a growler, that's at least like 3 or 4 points crushing a growler. And like
We're not done yet. Crack one open.
No. So, what, Sammy, do we have any more growlers? Can you bring it in here? Yeah, all right. I'll drink a growler for you guys.
Yes.
Hooray.
So how many points do we get for not going to the bathroom like Iron Man style?
Oof.
We'll see.
Oh, I could win that too.
We'll
See. The show's not over.
I've already lost the X.
Yeah, me too.
Well, you guys got a question wrong and ran to the bathroom.
How long this damn episode is. Oh God, this is the longest episode since the last one. Who was that guy?
All right. We're moving on to our next set of questions, and these are harder.
Okay.
Yes. So we're gonna
I'm waiting for
start
this moment.
with the person who has the least amount of points this time, in hopes that he can catch up. And that's Sean, who has made it all the way up to 9. He's got 9 points, so he
Have
can
I?
hopefully do this. I think so. Yeah. 2,
looks like
4,
8.
6. Oh, you're still at 8.
If only
You said 9.
separated
You
them.
said 9. You
That
did say
laugh though,
9.
Steve, was that necessary?
Did
He
say
said
nine.
hi.
Fair enough. All right. So, Sean, your
It's no
question.
danger.
Yes. Your question is, from the Brews Brothers show,
Mhm.
who guest starred in an episode of Pittsburgh Dad?
Wow.
The Pittsburgh Dad.
No.
Wait, who guest starred of the people? No, okay. I thought
Of the
you said
people?
there was an episode entitled Pittsburgh Dad. It's
No.
poorly worded, in my
No.
defense.
Who starred in an episode from the Brews Brothers show?
Flula Borg, because he's got the greatest German accent ever.
Also incorrect. But that was one of the multiple choices, so that'll be off the board.
I didn't know there was multiple choices. Give me the multiple choices.
No, you got it wrong.
What?
I mean,
Fight,
to be,
fight,
Doesn't listen
fight,
to your
fight.
rules explanation.
it's been the same rules all game though.
I didn't
Yeah.
know what type of question this was.
It's the multiple choice questions. It's the way it's been.
It's not how you presented this round at all. You just said first person is Sean.
You
Here's
were in
a
the
question.
bathroom when he was talking about that.
I didn't go to the bathroom. I went to the beer room.
All right, we're gonna move on.
That's not.
Adam,
How dare you?
He sounds legitimately offended.
He does. All right, I'll need
I
some.
was never informed.
I'll need some multiple choices.
Yeah, I'd like
Okay.
you too as well. Let's do me first.
I'm gonna mute you, Sean, if you don't quit it. Also, All right, Adam. Your multiple choices are Mike Castle, who plays Adam, John Daly, who plays Stohan, or Toby Huss, who plays the homeless guy outside.
I'll go Toby Huss because I like that name the most.
He's a great character.
That is incorrect.
Aw.
Artie, the strongest man in the world.
Kelsey. Your choices are Mike Castle, who plays Adam, or John Daly, who plays Stohan.
I'm gonna go with the guy who plays Stohan.
That is correct. Stohan, guest star John Daly. He is from Pittsburgh. So
I would have guessed Mike Castle, so I'm still infuriated I wasn't given.
Kelsey, that means you also get a chance at the bonus point. Name the only 2 other credited guest stars on Pittsburgh Dad.
Man, they are desperate over at Pittsburgh Dad, aren't they?
The only other 2?
Guest stars? Wow.
Credited.
Credited guest stars.
According to IMDb. So there's Craig Wooten, there's John Daly, and then there's these 2 other appearances that got IMDb credits from being on Pittsburgh Dad.
See, I can get you one of them.
Sidney Crosby. And
Incorrect.
Chris Letang.
Anybody want to buzz in?
I'll buzz.
Go ahead, Jason.
I just want to throw this out. Ben Roethlisberger was one, right?
And the other?
Mike Tomlin.
Incorrect.
Oh, come on.
half a point for Jason.
Half point for getting Big Ben.
There it is. There's that half point.
Yeah. But the other answer was Edgar Snyder. Edgar Snyder.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Wasn't Mike Tomlin on? Well, I guess there was a bunch of the one training camp episode. So
The bigger thing is Edgar Snyder has other IMDb credits.
I don't know if he has other ones. He has that one though. he has a credit. So
every vampire movie ever, because Edgar Snyder is a vampire.
That dude is legitimately over 100 years old.
Wait.
And looks
Edgar
the
Snyder is
same.
a vampire. Not every vampire is an Edgar Snyder.
That's true.
That's where you're wrong, sir.
Fair enough.
He literally has looked the same since I was a child.
Yep.
Also known as Dracula.
He's been getting money for you since 1933.
Through Hills and Ames.
Oh my god!
Wow.
I mean, technically, we all live through Hills Ames. I think it's more important that he lived through Woolworths.
Yeah,
the 5 and the dime.
I actually visited a Woolworths in Mexico, so that still exists, and my mind was blown.
Interesting.
Yeah, I founded that.
There's also Woolworths in Australia, but it's not related.
Same as Kmart.
Yeah, completely separate store. I just came up with it. All right, moving on. Adam, your question.
Do it.
Did you know that there's a Rodman's Brewing account on Twitter?
I did not know that.
Yes. Your
Great.
question is...
Give me a point.
So the answer
so
is
he loses.
correct.
That was
You
a
did
great
know
question.
that. You actually did know that. Incorrect.
Your question is, how many followers does that account have?
Do I have
To
a
the
range?
You have a range of 5, or you can get your multiple choice.
Wow.
5?
Guess 6. Guess 6.
Or you can get your multiple choice.
I'm going to get my multiple choice, please and thank you.
Wait, you reminded him of the multiple choice? That's strange. That's a weird phenomenon I just noticed.
Yeah, he has the problem of not shouting out.
Oh, I
All
apologize
right.
for trying to make your show entertaining.
All right. Adam, the choices are 70, 350, 650, or 2,000.
I'll go 650 because I'm sure there's enough bots that'll latch onto it to get it up to that number.
Incorrect.
Oof.
It's a mighty jump.
Moving on to Kelsey.
What are
We
my
had
options? What are my options again?
70, 350, and 2,000.
It could go either way.
I'm gonna go low. I'm gonna go 70.
70 is the correct number of followers at the
Wow.
Rodman's Brewing account.
Wow.
That's high for me.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Yeah, despite also being retweeted by Sam Adams, they still have nobody following them.
Or half of their followers are from a click farm in Malaysia.
Right.
Or nobody's really paying attention to Sam Adams.
Sam Adams, that's Sam Cooke, right?
That was
Yeah.
Al.
Callback.
Sam Cooke.
Yep.
I've heard of them. Yeah.
Kelsey, your question is, how many followers does the Rodman's Brewing account have in common with the Hop Nation USA account?
Oh, damn.
Oh damn.
Damn.
That is so many damn.
Is that Venn diagram a circle?
To go with. Wait, is
What
this
is this,
my
the
bonus
Columbia River?
multiple choice question?
What's the question,
Is
Kelsey?
this my bonus question or my multiple choice question?
No, this is your bonus.
Okay. I'm gonna go with 4.
That is incorrect.
Buzz
Hold on.
0.
Anybody else? That is correct, Tom. There are 0 people in common between the Hop Nation account and the Rodman's Brewing account.
Yes.
Tom suspected it.
Yes.
Tried.
You tried. It was fine. You
Okay.
did your best.
Thank
I'm
you.
starting to see a pattern
Still-
here.
you
So
still
you
got
do
8
love
points.
those trick questions.
I do.
Ah,
Dude,
welcome to
None
the
of
world,
above is
Steve.
your favorite answer.
All right, moving on. Kelsey, it's your turn for your question.
Right.
What is the name of the beer with P in it?
Ew.
Out of context, that's a terrible question.
Beer type or beer?
I'm gonna need the options.
Is it the Golden Surprise IPA, the Golden Sunrise IPA, the Tinkle Trickle IPA, or is it the Asparagus IPA?
Can you repeat the first 2 again, Steve?
Golden Surprise IPA, or Golden Sunrise IPA, or Tinkle Trickle IPA, or the Asparagus IPA?
I'm gonna go with the Golden Sunrise.
That is incorrect.
Ooh.
Moving on, Dennis, your chance.
So she said the Golden Sunrise. Golden Surprise was the first one, right?
Right.
I'll go Golden Surprise.
And that is worth a point. It is the Golden Surprise IPA that was
I
featured
feel like
in
that's the
episode 2.
only question I was disappointed you did not have a none of the above answer.
Dennis, your chance for a bonus point.
Let's hear it.
What's the ABV on that beer?
Wow.
Wow.
Now, is this
Within
an
5.
over-under?
Within 5.
Oh,
Within
yeah.
5?
No, well, I assume Steve means 0.5, right?
Yeah, within 0.5.
Because if it's within 5, I feel pretty confident that I was going to get it right.
Yeah,
What's
within
ABV?
0.5.
Average bladder volume.
I would say 7%.
That is incorrect.
Damn it. Plus or minus 5.
Buzz.
Nikki and Eric?
6%.
That's within 0.5. It is a 5.5% ABV.
Damn it, I would have hit that exactly. I couldn't buzz fast enough.
My
Pricks.
ABV
Well, here's
is
the thing. If I'm
100%.
drinking a pea beer, I want a little bit more alcohol in there, man. I ain't drinking no weak-ass pea beer.
Standard.
I'm not trying to session that pea beer.
Can we quote that and put that on a T-shirt?
If it's a pea beer, I want it to be 100% alcohol with 1 drop of pea, and then I'll drink
Nah,
it.
man, you got to earn that beer.
Earn that P. All right, Dennis. Time for your question. What is Wilhelm's nickname for Adam?
Giving them choices.
Your choices are Sissy, Pissy, Oxy, and Boxy.
Sissy.
That is incorrect.
Damn it. I feel like the kid that showed up to class that didn't do his homework, but he's trying to pretend like he did.
That was due today?
Today,
This is school?
Nikki and Eric, your chance for a point.
What were the other options again?
Pissy, Oxy, and Boxy.
Oxy.
That is correct.
I swear to God, you people
point.
watch this show more than you're letting on.
Why did he call him Oxy?
Funny you ask.
No idea.
Hold on,
There's the bonus.
hold on. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Funny you ask, but the bonus question is, why did he call him Oxy?
Is this multiple?
No, it's bonus.
It's a bonus.
Buzz.
Oxygen.
Ooh, I heard a buzz.
Does it have something to do with? Go ahead, Eric. Eric, I hate
Just be
you,
like,
man.
yeah, boy.
Finish my sentence.
The oxygenation of a brew, maybe?
I'll give it to you.
Yes.
Will you?
It's the oxidation.
That is questionable.
Yeah, it's
Oxygenation and
questionable.
oxidation are.
Give him that lowercase I.
That's right. Good call, Dennis.
Thank God this isn't a.
Hey.
Capital A.
Oxygen and beer. I don't know.
Buzz. It's because he was using OxyContinence. How did I do?
That is incorrect,
Oh.
but also was brought up.
I get a half
All
a
right.
point, right? Lowercase I. Lowercase I.
Nikki and Eric, time for your actual question.
All right.
What is the name of the food truck on Brews Brothers?
We want the options. I said it before Eric could guess something else.
Got to be quick. You saw him revving up.
Is it tacos, tacos, tacos? Is it a pack of chips now? Is it the schoolyard menu? Or is it the kids menu?
Oh, this is the kids menu.
And that is worth another point.
The kids menu,
Remember
also
Becky,
known as
like,
the
said
writers'
something
room.
that like everyone appreciates the kids
Elvis
menu
and
or something.
Yeah. Your bonus question is, name two things on the menu of the kids menu.
Crap.
I don't think that's one of them.
You're not looking like a strong hype man, Eric. You can't just put your head
Are
Are you
in
sure we
trash.
talked about a pea beer just now? Are we 100% sure there's not crap on the kids menu?
Well, I think Adam did.
Only by proxy, Sean. Do
I don't remember.
you have an answer?
Eric's guess is tater tots and nuggets.
Both incorrect.
Legit guess.
Hello.
Legit.
Buzz.
Jason.
Buzz.
That was a confident.
Chicken
That's
tenders and
first.
french fries.
Yes.
Damn
That
it,
was
Jason.
very confident. That sounded like
That
a man
was.
who has visited food trucks around the globe, and he just.
You seen me lately? Yeah, damn right, brother.
I could actually go for
I mean,
some chicken
kids'
tenders.
menus are a dime a dozen wherever you go. They're the same damn thing.
Pretty much. It was. There also featured juice boxes, apple slices, hot dogs.
A grilled cheese. A
Grilled
PB&J.
cheese.
Not gonna lie, I
Yeah.
can go for a hot dog.
Jason, it's your question.
Okay.
Well, what is Wilhelm always raising money for?
Free Belgium.
Mm,
East Belgium. Free East Belgium.
All right, I'll give you that.
Steven, that was funny.
It was. It was.
Come on.
It's
Come
very
on, you're
specific.
almost there.
It's very specific.
Waffles.
With that in mind, though, which region of Belgium is East Belgium located?
Oh man.
Keeping in mind there are 3 regions of Belgium.
Yeah, I think
Jesus.
I think I know this. Is it East Belgium?
That would be incorrect.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I know America. I don't know
I
better.
thought he had it. Really
I
thought he
believe
had it
East Belgium is in. Hold on, East Belgium.
No, that was pretty good. That was good. I thought there was just one Belgium. I'd
You
East,
split them up for
so
it.
well. I was like, oh, he knows region.
You never know with Jason, though. You never know.
any other geography majors out there who might know?
Absolutely not.
Buzz.
Oh,
Ooh.
Sure, Eric.
JK.
Uh-oh.
Walloon.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
What?
Oh,
just
he
makes
just
noises.
hyped
Belgium.
himself
I'm
up.
calling out the pocket
Dude just
computers
made
here.
random noises.
all I knew was Flemish and Walloon.
Random noises
What
with
is
his
the
Yo.
third?
Yes,
And that worked.
Belgium is separated into 3 regions: the Flemish Flanders region, the French Walloon region, and the Brussels capital region.
Yeah, what you need 3 for? You can't just have
Yeah,
one.
that'd be true.
Greedy-
Who do you
because
think
greedy
you are,
Belgians.
Belgium?
God, I gotta pee.
No, man, you're gonna lose the Iron Man. I'll win it. Go ahead, go pee.
I'm gonna blow you.
I'm in camel mode.
I
This
might
is
use this.
Yeah,
Bonus point to
me
Nikki.
and Kelsey.
And that brings us to Tom for the final question of this round. What part of Los Angeles is the brewery located?
I'm going to need the choices.
Steal this one.
I could too.
Is it in Long Beach? Is it in Van Nuys? Is it in Burbank? Or is it in Anaheim?
Van Nuys.
That is correct. It is
You
in
guys
Van
gotta be
Nuys.
Good
Van
job,
Nuys. That's
Tom.
the douchiest part.
I feel like Tom knows things like that.
That was an obvious answer.
The real thing, though, is that Iron Triangle is not located in Van Nuys. It's located in downtown Los Angeles. So can you tell me one of the 2 breweries that actually are located in Van Nuys?
Damn.
I cannot. I'm going to have to open it up.
Anybody else have any guesses?
Angel City.
No.
Golden Triangle.
What was the one that
Buzz,
wasn't
Golden
Also
Triangle.
Was it?
No idea.
Van Nuys Brewing.
Funny, but no.
Thank you.
It's a
Good
good try.
attempt.
It's a smart attempt. Anybody else? Sean or
Art
Jason?
Walker.
I have to go to the bathroom.
That is
Good.
not a brewery there.
No.
Nope.
Oh, I was hoping you actually did so I can win this little extra point contest we're doing.
No, Jenna, it's not happening.
Kelsey's not going. Well, you got to keep drinking.
All right. So the answer is the breweries located in Van Nuys are the McLeod Brewing and Budweiser.
Gross.
Yeah. Huh.
Well, that makes sense. Is that where they made
was
the P
correct
beer?
answer. That was the
Does
correct
Budweiser own McLeod too?
answer. I have to take a piss is the correct answer.
So nobody got bonus points on that.
All right, am I up next, Steve?
No, we've reached the end of the round.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm gonna go pee.
I want to turn. It's
So
over.
what would be the point of not taking your multiple choice questions for the round? Is my question then? Can I
Well-
save them up for some reason? Do I get an extra point for not using it?
Yeah.
But then why would I
No.
not have been?
Oh, because you get the
You know
ability
what?
of
I'm
getting
gonna
more
go pee.
points.
That's what's going to happen now. I'm
Go.
not even in for the iron
Sean's going to
bar.
go take a Bud Light.
Why is the guy that's
I'm
only
gonna go leave a
listened
Bud
to
Light.
one episode on a lawnmower arguing about his points?
Hey, I am in the lead as far as I'm concerned. That little eye is worth 50 points.
Sean's playing golf.
No, you only get the 50-point bonus if your little eye evolves into a full eye.
All right.
Make
Well,
this sound like Pokemon.
while Sean goes, we'll give him we might give him final honors on this next segment. But the way we're going to wrap this whole game up is I'm going to give you 3 whole minutes. 3 whole minutes.
Oh no.
And in that 3 minutes, you tell me what happens in season 2 of Brews Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
This involves make believe. I can do that.
If anybody would like to volunteer to go first, they can. But if not, we'll go with the person who has the most points.
I'll go first.
Okay,
Tom.
Here we
Yep.
go.
All right. So you ready?
Let me get my stopwatch ready and go ahead.
All right. So let me tell you how this shit show of season 2 is going to go. And yes, to follow up on the previous descriptions of the current season, it will be a continued dumpster fire. And what's going to happen is, with the cliffhanger at the end of the first season of going back and visiting the monks, the second season is going to be entirely about the monks, how drunk they can get, how hard they can party, the beers that they can make and peddle the beers across the European landscape. And it's still going to be a categoric or catastrophic disaster of poor writing, poor jokes, time filled with unobscure, weird randomness. And we will have probably slight appearances from Chewie, slight appearances from other characters currently in the first season that you wouldn't expect on their travels over to Europe to visit him while he's brewing with the monks. And the truffle monk is going to be a big character in this season, along with the head monk there in charge. And it's all going to culminate at the very end where they burn the actual monastery down that everybody is housed within. And then they're going to have to migrate and bring everything back to America for a third season. And it's going to just perpetuate the diarrhea of what the writers have been coming up with down the road. So I don't know if I made it to the 3 minutes. Mark it.
Damn, yeah.
Time is well spent. Let's go.
Yes, you did not make it 3 minutes, but feel free to, anybody can feel free to just say, I yield my time. But, Tom, you got some good points from that. You basically pitched Deuce Bigalow European Gigolo, but for Brews Brothers. And I gave you some points for mentioning that they're going to burn the monastery down, because that's good writing to have it bookend the same way as the last season and just constantly burn wherever they're at down. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's no longer a dumpster fire. It's a building fire at that point.
All right. I think that means we're going to move on unless somebody else wants to volunteer.
I volunteer.
Okay, we'll do volunteers.
Ooh.
Okay, you can go.
I heard Dennis and Sean at the same time.
Sean can go. He has a lowercase I.
With season 2 will begin with Sarah and their new brewery opening up. They're doing great. They've got some new beers. They're really filling the house. They're selling a lot of growlers and a lot of cases. Next thing you know, Elon Musk walks through the door. He's like, I'm sending you into outer fucking space. We're going to the International Space Station. You're going to open a brewery on the International Space Station. But little do they know, halfway through the episode, slight miscalculation in the rocket trajectory. They're in orbit around the moon, folks. They land, they have to create their own moon colony and have to survive entirely on beers. And they're like, oh, what's with these weight measurements? Something's not right. There's too much weight. I don't understand. Oh, we've checked everything. Isn't it Flula Truffle himself comes busting out of one of the compartments. Steve docks me a point, and then everybody goes into a crazy jig. End of the first episode.
Damn,
that was a robust episode.
Damn.
You're really justifying that Rotten Tomatoes score.
I mean, you get points for space, you get points for Elon Musk. That's a big celebrity cameo. Yeah, you brought back a character from the previous season.
That was an embarrassing way to tell you all that I have Brews Brothers fan fiction. Sorry.
And what's the Tumblr site for that for people to read?
Tumblr.com/Brews Brothers Nipplefest. It's a long story.
The real content's on their OnlyFans site.
All right, Dennis. You yelled out.
I sure did. All right, give me the green light, Steve.
Go ahead.
All right, so what I think season 2 is going to get drastically better. Here's why. This is what I'm picturing: a mashup between the movie The Hangover mixed with Homeward Bound, the 1993 rendition where the pets go out there and they're doing their own thing. So it's going to start off, the main characters, they have to put their, the dog inboarding and everything while they're gone. They're going to go over with all the diversity and everything that's going on in the world. They're going to go to Africa and they want to learn some, ancient brewing techniques. And mixed in with a little bit of the hangover theme, they actually get lost. One of the guys get lost. They have to search. They have to find them. They ended up brewing beers with different African tribes, which ends up being super cool. They throw a lion in there, an elephant, and then one of them, has to still make a fart joke, and they end up, playing around with a hippo. Then it cuts into the side journey where the dog actually gets loose and boards a train, goes across the country, tries to find his way back. And this is where it gets really fun. So the dog ends up visiting different breweries. People recognize him. He's hanging out. He's drinking beer. And he just continues to hop on a train. He gets closer and closer to home. And he makes it back to the house. They get back from their journey over in West Africa from spending, 6 months brewing different awesome brews and learning different techniques to bring back to the brewery with a little culture, a little diversity. And the dog's just waiting there for him. And they had no idea. He just went on this robust, crazy journey all over the country. And he actually has his own Instagram account now and everything, which is super, super dope. And I yield the rest of my time.
So, yeah. I appreciate the senator from
Senator from Brewbox.
Yeah, the senator from Brewbox. I would definitely watch a Friar Lucas show that was just him traveling Europe and going to different breweries. And if that means it's got to be the side story to the other story of the main crew going to Africa and learning how to brew things like Tej, all right, I'll let it. It's more exciting than what's been happening. So, yeah, points for that.
Sweet.
All right. I got this.
All right.
This is where it's going. So we ended season 1 knowing that they are going back to the monastery to learn God knows what. So we're going to say that the first episode, maybe 1.5 episodes, will be devoted to their time at the monastery. They'll get the techniques that they need to go back to the United States to create their brewery that will then rival the Rodman's brewery that they lost. Name TBD. We shall see where this goes. Now, throughout the midst of season 2, it's going to be a lot of what you see in season 1, a lot of hijinks, a lot of tomfoolery, a lot of what have yous. The one thing that's going to happen that we should have seen, I shouldn't say should have seen, but saw glimpses of, were Wilhelm and Sarah becoming an item as they form their new brewery in season 2. So season 2, what's going to happen is, I would have to think, the first time this has ever happened in Netflix binge show history, ever since they've gone to this streaming format, they're going to publish their first 8 episodes. And then probably about a week into it being out there for everybody to watch, they're going to realize the error of their ways, and they're going to cancel Brews Brothers and take the last 4 off of Netflix because it was so horribly bad that they couldn't possibly leave it out there for the world to consume. Adam, knowing that he has more to offer, will get his own spinoff called Brews Brother Leap. Well, he will jump from quantum, hoping the next leap will be the leap home. I yield the rest of my time.
Shit.
Wow.
I'll give all of my points to Jason.
Wow, he's playing some 3D chess over here.
And I
really pulled it out in the end on that one.
Wow.
I just worked a quantum leap reference into this.
Wow.
I'm really
Follow
impressed.
that.
I phased out there for a moment, and I was living a different life.
Don't worry, Ziggy will bring you back.
He jumps from brewery to brewery.
Remembers all of
Yeah,
that.
in the hopes the next leap
Yes,
will be the leap home.
Wow.
that's a good one. He pulled it out. All right, that leaves us with Nikki and Eric, Kelsey and Adam. Adam, I'm just informing you right now you're going last.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, just because, again, you are my Bedenstein, so I need you to know how many points you need to get.
Understood.
Makes sense.
Kelsey and
He's
Nikki and
trying-
Eric,
He's trying to rig it for you there.
Any port in a storm.
you can choose between who wants to go.
Go.
All right.
I feel like
You
there's a
volunteered.
mistake in my score. It's the only one that doesn't start with an X. Could you just go ahead and switch that to an X there?
We'll get there.
All right. Everyone sit back. Allow me to set the scene. in a forest, lots of trees, snow. It was a very harsh winter. The crows circling above. Caw! They yell to the traveling group. It's really hard travel. They make it to their destination. Warm welcomes. They're like, welcome, brother. Join us. You've traveled so long. Again, crows. Caw-caw. Take me to the cellar, they say. Allow me to take you. Down in the cellar. We have such history together, brother. We have been through so much. And I feel like we need to continue this journey together. And we need to join forces. I am with you with this. And they're together, and the snow is falling. He says, be the hand of the king, Ned Stark. And I'm talking about a different TV show because I don't want to watch this garbage again.
5 extra points.
This whole
And
time I was so
I
confused,
yield my
but I
time.
liked it.
Second to last, we have Kelsey.
Oh, I'm up. Great.
Yes, time to describe
Great. Season 2.
second season.
All right. So season 2, we open in Belgium. We open in the monastery. We open with Wilhelm. We open with Adam. We open with the brothers. We open with Sarah being initiated into the order and all the shenanigans that go into that. But the tension between Adam and Wilhelm is just really clouding their judgment. So the monks force them to go on some kind of like acidy mushroom trip to really learn about their feelings. So we kind of delve into their past, how they started brewing, why they were brewing in a kiddie pool in the barn. And then, we also maybe focus like an episode on Adam and what happened in Portland. What happened in Oregon that got him blackballed from every single brewery in that entire state? Like, why did he brew the LSD beer? And then we have them take all of this knowledge and we have them head back to LA to open that rival brewery. That way we can still see Truffle, we can still see Chewy, we can still see Becky and Elvis and their ridiculous food truck, which I'm sure has changed names by this point because, they're shady uber hipster grifters at this point.
Hipster
Grifters, exactly. So then, maybe in order to get that leg up on the original Rodman's brewery, Adam is going to have to make amends with all the bridges he burned up in Oregon. And maybe they bring someone down from a brewery or they partner with a brewery and get that collab, like cross-state going. So yeah, it's just kind of them figuring that out. I really want to know more about Adam in season 2. I yield my time.
I love that you just took points away the second she mentioned Becky and Elvis.
I know they're horrible, but like, whatever.
They are the worst characters on the show. And saying you wanted to see more of them was a negative.
In an earlier answer, Whatnot got a point, and in this one, Shenanigans was deducted a point. I just want to make sure we're clear on what etc. We're allowed to use.
None. 0.
Apparently
Whatnot's good. Shenanigans, no. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Sean is keeping track of his own game.
Words that essentially mean etc. I've got points.
All right, Adam.
Okay.
You see the scoreboard.
Oh, I do.
You see how many eyes you have to get up to.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. You gotta readjust mine to see where he is compared to me. So he has a fair playing field.
You're beating me. That's the important part.
I don't think so.
No, he's not.
Oh shit.
I think I got a half a point behind you.
Oh, you poor soul.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's hard because there's no spaces after every fifth tick.
I know. I don't want you knowing what your score is.
Or maybe like using the
you keep thinking you're smarter than me on this, but no, I have planned these things out.
Yeah, Photoshop has like a line you could put across everything. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, sure does.
Listen, you.
Sure does. It has a lot of features.
Look, I don't know if the wisest thing, if you want to win a game, is to battle against like the Dungeon Master. This D&D
Have you
game.
seen my score, Dennis? Have you seen it?
I just know that there's always a chance.
I was
There's always
told,
a chance.
hey, watch one episode of the show and then like come back next week. This show's terrible. Watch all of the episodes. And I said, no, I won't be doing that. It's
I mean, that's
terrible.
the smart move. I'll be honest.
At the
The
time.
answer, every answer should have been this show was terrible, and I probably would have gotten all the points.
All right, Adam, you're up.
All
How
right.
do you- what's season 2?
So season 2, assuming it happens, my personal opinion is it shouldn't, but if it does happen, we're going to start in the Abbey of Belgium, where Wilhelm will actually fall in love with a nun from the local nunnery. And the problem with that is that she is a better brewer than him and also a better brewer than Adam. So what will eventually happen is Adam, Wilhelm, whoever this mystery nun is, and Sarah will all come together and go back to America. I will agree that there will be a competition with Rodman's. The new name will be Rod Gentleman's. That way they can stay somewhat close, but it's going to be Rod Gentleman's. So eventually what's going to happen is around episode 4 or 5, everybody is going to go and get so hammered drunk because of an event, and they're going to create a beer that is the best beer that all of them have ever made, and they all agree that it has ever been made. The problem is, the next morning, none of them remember the recipe because it wasn't written down. Nobody knows how to make that beer, so the remainder of the season is to try to figure out how to make this beer. Eventually, they get to a point where they get close, but it's not quite enough. And the brewery closes and the show's done. And everybody rejoices. That's it. I don't care. Yield my time. I lose.
I mean, you were doing really good with the Pick a Destiny Tenacious D tribute.
Thank you for picking up on that.
Yeah, you were doing really good with that. You just had the filibuster for like another minute and a half.
Or just
You might have won.
work another 80s show into it.
No,
and it was fine.
I even saw Jason, like he appreciated it at some point. He's like, okay, I might watch this.
No, I was laughing when Steve kept giving a point, taking a point, taking a point.
I couldn't decide if I like that or not.
The only point of
I
defending
didn't.
You
me
had
was
to end
when
it with
Adam
the secret
pretended
ingredient,
he had
which was
lost.
Chewy's balls again.
Chewy's balls would have gotten me there. Listen, I could throw some storylines from Glow in there. That'll make things a little bit better.
Hey, I haven't
Not
seen that.
much, but maybe a little better.
I haven't seen that show either, so you would have gotten away with it.
I don't know.
With a name like Rod Gentleman's, that is for sure also a seedy strip club in the back. Like,
And somebody turns into a lesbian. I don't know who, but somebody.
I was like, so this is where we're doing the verticals. Got it.
I'm only offended now that Adam tried to steal my thunder by trying to say he lost.
I'm trying to
I have
claim that
clearly
title.
lost, and I've worked hard at it this entire time, and I've sacrificed my marriage in the process.
This is going down a very dark path.
And another thing.
And
No, that's pretty much
My
par for
wife
the
loves
course,
Elon
man.
Musk. That's what it is. It's a weird thing. It's a whole thing.
The bar started low and we went down from there.
You are every word that you say just keeps encompassing this series that we are talking about this evening.
Well, I mean, we're pretty much done with it. I'm just tallying up your final scores. But, talk amongst yourselves if you have any final thoughts.
You
I
wouldn't have to
expected-
tally them if you had just put a space after every.
I knew it was going to happen. I was like, I expected Sean to make like an efficiency joke about tallying right about. Oh, he already did it. Got it.
I'm a programmer. Okay, I'm a computer programmer. If it's not efficient, go fuck yourself.
I think I got Rocky 21.
Does anybody have any final thoughts on
The one
this?
where he hosts bingo at the nursing home.
Yeah.
Was
If
that
you-
your
if
idea
you
for
wanna-
the second season? It should have been. Rocky just comes in and starts boxing all of them and just knocks them all out. Did I get all the points yet?
I don't want to talk about this show anymore.
I really
That's
want
my
to go watch
final thought.
Quantum Leap now.
Well,
Can you watch Quantum
yeah.
Leap anywhere?
Yeah, I love that.
I think it's on-
I've been watching.
I think you
Sci-fi,
can buy it
like,
on Prime.
I think
so good.
Sci-Fi actually has an app where you might be able to watch it.
Yeah.
Possibly.
It's a
I know
great show.
Dr. Sam Beckett.
Damn, it's been
Such a good
so
show.
long.
That was a great show.
With Al and he's
enjoyed
he's got
Alan
the-
Ziggy.
Yeah, Ziggy, and he's got the big fucking Stogie always hanging out.
He had the first ever smartphone. Ziggy.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy shit.
Absolutely. And it never fucking worked, just like smartphones.
Yeah, well, I named my first
I
BlackBerry
almost said
Ziggy.
fart smones, and that was not an accident.
Well, as far as like lasting thoughts on this, not so much about the show. Fuck the show. But I really enjoyed like being here with you guys. Like this was super cool.
No, I know. I
being
said
on with like all you guys at one time. I thought that was super dope.
You sappy bastard. I know I said that was on when I was doing my episode with Adam and Steve, I had more fun doing that than I did actually watching the whole series.
Oh, same here. Absolutely.
My heart grew 10 times this night.
Might want to get that checked out. That didn't work out well for Andre the Giant.
It's the alcohol.
All right. Is everybody ready to see the reveal of the final scores?
Oh, yeah.
No.
I think Tom won by half a point. That's my.
No, I think you got the half point. You had that eye at the end.
I kept trying to do without actually counting. I was trying to do it by the eye test, and it looked like you had more.
A gentleman's disagreement.
You got me.
Oh, I did.
Half a point.
Shit.
Do it.
I didn't do
15.5. That's a new record for me
Man.
Wait,
Yes,
did I
it
come in
is.
third?
Wow.
on this episode.
Yes. So
Don't
going
knock
through the
half a
tally,
point, Dennis.
we have Sean with bringing up the rear with 15.5 points.
The winner
Good
of
for you,
the
Sean.
first annual
Wait,
golf
1, 2.
competition.
We have Kelsey coming in second to last with 19 points. A good
Nice.
showing, but she shouldn't have said Becky and Elvis should come
I know, I was
back.
just gonna say that.
Blew it.
But I feel like I
You
should
played
get another
yourself.
point to add it to 20 because I'm hosting this meeting.
Oh,
Now,
damn. She's got a Zoom Pro account, bitches.
Wait, what about this whole Iron Man competition of not
Boom,
peeing?
extra
I
point.
got a lot of beers.
So that did it. I put her
Yeah,
ahead of
that
Nikki
did
and
it.
Eric, though.
There you go. Nikki and Eric have 19.5 points. They were doing well when they started going through this magical fantasy land, but
Oh,
then
that
they
was good.
then they told me it was Game of Thrones, and I had to deduct points.
I put us all in a meditative state.
Haters
Yeah.
gonna hate.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I missed that.
It was good. You just shouldn't have
Eric's
told
still
me it was
hyping
Game of
to the
Thrones.
It's all right. You can blame it on the other half.
Yeah.
So can we deduct
have-
points for the number of episodes that people actually watched? Mine is 0. Because I feel like I've
Don't
won
think there's
because
a
I
far
watched
enough
0
spread there,
episodes of this
Sean.
terrible show. So
Yeah.
morally,
Still don't
I've
think it
taken
helps you.
victory. I've morally gone home with a victory. I was watching Scrubs and King of the Hill. Meanwhile,
That's great. Coming in fourth,
That sounds like something my wife would say. That's great. Moving on.
coming in fourth, we have Adam at 26 points. He did a nice showing towards the very end, but he gave up and quit, as he
didn't even
has
get double my
with
mark.
watching this show.
Pretty much.
Dennis comes in with a surprising 28 points.
Surprised the hell out of me. I saw 2 episodes.
I told you your creativity would lend to you as long as
No,
you
you
know.
did say that. You did say
Yeah.
that, Steve.
Tom,
First Sip Brews Brothers box. That's the new name of the company.
Oh,
It's literally just going to be a pile of shit in every box, and you're going to like it. It's going to come with your own set of matches. You just light it on fire yourself.
not just shit. It's got to be pee and cum, and you can sell cum tea, and you can sell.
No. You know how many boxes we send out? How much work I got to put in if that's going into every single box, Steve? We're not doing that.
You better get
gotta
Sammy
fill all your
really
There's going to
drunk.
be a quality
Fair
hate
enough.
your neighbor's box there.
This is too much. My heart hurts now.
Coming in second, we have Tom. You did a great showing. You did, you had your creativity running. You also knew some of the trivia. You had a lot going on. Good for you. You did your best. But the winner of the night by only half a point, and he probably begged for that half a point somehow, or I'm not quite sure, but Jason Cercone of the now poured after PA.
After poured.
After poured. I don't know. You plug
Listen,
it, not
I don't
me.
beg
It's
for
not my
half
show.
points. I beg for full points.
Well, sir,
Full
you
point
didn't beg
for
hard
everyone?
enough because you got half of a point on there.
Ooh. Tenants get
Yeah.
spicy.
No, I love. Okay, we're moving on. Before I say something, I say something. that
Jason's
Steve
new
has
brewing
sounded
company
out.
is Half Point Brewing Company.
But yes, Jason is our winner for the
What'd I
first
win?
ever. I don't know. I'll give you a beer.
Give me the trophies now.
Really?
Yeah. You want a 4 points Twilight Moon or Twilight Hollow?
Sure.
Yeah, raspberry stout, 11%.
I've had it. It's awesome. Yeah.
Jason's
That's
not
what you
turning
win.
that down.
And if you want a caricature drawing, I'll give you that too.
That is, wait, of yourself?
No, I don't know. I didn't say of what.
Oh,
I feel like you should get at least the weight in points and ABV of beer prizes.
Ooh.
no. Wait, oh,
Yeah,
wait,
that sounds great.
Wait, so you mean that many beers adding up to that, like ABV wise?
That's
or
like
one
a
beer that has
6-pack
that
of
ABV?
Headhunter.
It's
All
like
right, I see what you're doing.
Oh,
I
that's
thought
a
you wanted
very
a
good point.
30.
That's a
Point,
6
like,
or a
ABV.
5% beer and a 5.5 on the.
I was thinking it had to all be one beer. I was like, that can't be a thing.
No,
I'll
no,
take
sure.
that too.
No, oh god.
There
That's
is.
called rum, I believe.
There are
R.I.P.
30% beers out there,
R.I.P.
but they live in Germany, and I'm not getting them.
Get on a plane.
We'll see what we can get you, Jason. Yeah, maybe totaling up to 30.5%. We'll see
I'll
what
be
you
over
can
here
get.
on the edge of my seat.
You're either going to get 6 weak beers, one really strong beer,
One
and
really, really good
really
one.
weak beers.
Damn.
What's a
Even
case of
you
White
can
Claw
get
add
two
up to?
really good ones.
I guess it doesn't have to
You
be
being an
6 or 4.
asshole.
So you could easily get them like 6.
You could get 2 really good beers at a 30.5 for sure.
Yes.
At a 15%? Is that a thing? That's like
Yeah.
wine.
Oh,
yeah.
that is for sure a thing. Yeah, well,
yeah,
I mean, barley wines, Belgians,
World
that
Wide
is a
Stout.
Mm.
vanilla oak aged Belgians.
Yeah,
Good
they're
God.
out
You
there.
get some
I feel like
quads up
I
there.
would want 3 10% beers more than 2 15% beers.
I think just the pride of winning a trivia show about one of the worst television shows ever created is enough.
Not just that, being the creator of the contest being Steve, and you still won. Typically,
By the way,
everyone
Steve-
loses. Like, there's
Steve, I have to say,
not a winner.
I'm so sorry. I have to apologize to you, not for my behavior, which I apologize for ahead of time. You will remember, but also for having to watch this show enough that you had to come up with a contest around it. My God, man!
It's the only
some
solace
sleep.
It's the only solace I get is torturing others with this shit because I had to
That
do
sounds
this.
about right. There we go. We found it.
Go on vacation
Masochist.
for a few
Masochist.
You love it. You're ready for season 2.
Whoa.
I need a break before season 2.
Well, Steve's
But a
also one of
year's
those
fine.
like cinematic people. He could like skim shows and still be able to make a game show out of it.
I think he was self-flagellating the entire time, just whipping himself in the back. Like, I deserve
Jesus.
this. This was a terrible, terrible
It's-
show.
I honestly can't wait to listen to this to see what makes air.
Me too.
You're gonna have
Listen to the last
so much
episode.
shit scattered on the floor of your editing room.
Oh yeah.
Or it's going to be 2 parts.
Oh,
my
great.
God.
A podcast next week. Yes.
Apologies to the listener.
Come on, don't you remember from school when you fart, you got to get up and spread it around the room? Make it
What?
Time out.
Hey, you really want to
make everyone suffer?
This is the crop
I looked
duster
away
episode.
for 1 second, Tom. What happened? Jason, you were in charge. What the hell happened?
I think it's time for plugs.
Everybody,
Yes.
check out my YouTube channel. And
Yes,
I
we'll
actually
give
was gonna
Jason-
plug before I even prompted it.
That's the other thing. Jason wins first crack at plugs. What? Go ahead, tell everybody about.
Yeah, I would say right now the
Afterboard.
best thing to do is follow my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jason Cercone. I've got a great series going with the creators of Port in Pennsylvania, the series, which is light years ahead of what we've just spent the last 2.5 hours talking about here. Port in PA, the series, is a little bit of a, I don't want to call it a spin-off, but a little bit of a continuation of Port in Pennsylvania, the documentary. All episodes are on your first 6 episodes are on YouTube as we sit and record tonight. And I've been doing episodes of what we called After Port, where it's sort of like a breakdown of each episode, much like the old Talking Bad or Talking Dead shows that you saw after those aired on their respective networks. Pretty fun. So I've had the executive producer Nate on with me and some various guests from each episode. So good stuff. You can check it out at youtube.com/Jason Cercone. I yield my time.
Thank you, Senator.
All right. Well, just keep going by the points. Tom, what do you got going on?
I think I will abide by Eric's following and let Nikki start, and then I will chime in.
Are you going to just yes man her? You've got a yes man her.
So Tom and I run a beer tasting out in Moon Township. It's a little beer tasting group. Unfortunately, with everything that's going on, we are on hold. But we would like to do more virtual, and we have, as of right now, we do have a picnic coming up on August 8th. That is not canceled right now, but just join our mailing list to get more information. So you can find us on Facebook or Instagram at A Little Beer Tasting Group, or alittletasting.com. You can find us and join our mailing list or follow us on those social media websites. You can get information of when we start back up. We're just a really small group. We're just beer lovers, totally different people, but we all come together for a love of beer. And a lot of the people here tonight have been to the outings, so they can also say that we are a pretty cool group. I think so. Eric is shaking his head no. But Tom, anything you want to add?
Yeah, so as Nikki said, we're going to either do the picnic or the regular beer tasting event. Likely the picnic, I anticipate, will come first. Nikki and I need to have some discussions. It's been a while. But I can say that if the picnic comes first or the beer tasting event comes first, regardless, whatever event comes first, I still have my Edmund Fitzgerald homebrew clone barrel aging downstairs for what's going on 2.5, almost 3 months now. So a barrel aged beer for a few months at around between 8 and 9%, somewhere in that ballpark, is going to be served at the next first event that we have, be it at Patrick's or the park.
So join our mailing list to get that information. Tom will get you drunk. Make sure you have a ride.
Okay, sounds great. I will say those events definitely vary on whether they're cool or not, but that depends on whether or not Adam and I show up.
Whoa. I gotta go.
All the ones I've been to have been super fun. So
Too true. Too true.
Yeah, they are very fun indeed. So check them out. And also Patrick's has good food, so it's worth the trip. That means we're going to move on to Dennis. What's good at First Sip Brew Box?
Oh, yeah. So, all right, guys, this is going to be the first place we're actually announcing this. So if you're consuming this content like you should, we are actually putting out there, we are doing the Black is Beautiful beer collaboration that's sweeping the nation to actually in multiple countries now as well, where we're going to be doing a collaboration with Couch Brewery and Abjuration Brewing. Which is hence the little glassy glass and the beer that I had started the episode. Everything's all planned out. We're going to be doing that collab with those guys. We're going to be posting about it here in the next few days, which is going to be super awesome. Proceeds are going to go to a local charity to help a lot of people and businesses of color, which is awesome. Some of the other stuff we have going on, Father's Day, it's a thing. It's coming up. Hit us up, jump on firstsipbrewbox.com, and we're shipping out all orders within 24 hours of when they're put in. To make sure you get it in time, if not shortly after, if you live out in Oregon or California or something along those lines. So again, firstsipbrewbox.com, and you can find us on 7 social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and TikTok. So hit us up, all handles at firstsipbrewbox.com.
Damn, you guys on that talk now.
We on that TikTok, baby. It's just me drinking a lot, just doing stuff. And then our dog makes it on some. I don't know. We don't know what the hell we're doing, but no one told us we're wrong yet. So
I have some questions before we move on. First, Dennis, is it Couch, Abjuration, and you, or you grouped with them separately?
No, it's all of us together. We got to figure out like a brew day, and we're all going to work on the recipe. As everyone out there listening, Black is Beautiful is a beer sour or a type of beer collaboration like the Resilience and everything that came out before in the past. All started by Weathered Souls down in Texas. They came up with the original idea, put it out there for people around the world to actually sign up and partake in. And we're going to put our own little spin on it, right? So we're going to figure out what that spin is.
That's awesome.
Great.
I look forward to it.
Oh yeah. We'll make sure we get some on one of the future episodes for you guys to try out and talk about.
For sure. Also, we're supposed to talk with those guys from Couch, and we always talk with Abjuration anyway. So,
Hell yeah.
It'll make its way here. With that in mind, we can move to Kelsey, who I would first like to thank for hosting this tonight and using her Zoom Pro account so we can have this dumbass shit go out on the airwaves.
Love to listen to another one without talking about this terrible show. So let me know.
We'll look into that.
It's bad. It's bad form to call the show you're on terrible.
Oh shit!
This show is terrible. This show is great.
Oh.
Thank you, Kelsey. Somebody knows how to get invited back.
Hey, Steve's in it for the long game. That's how you get future points. Like Kelsey's gonna start out the next game with like 2 points.
I'm just
Kelsey,
negging you, Steve.
Kelsey, do you have anything to plug?
Well, I mean, outside of my own social media accounts, which I feel very self-serving and vain at the moment. No, I don't.
Okay.
What do you think this
Just
podcast is? It's all self-serving and vain.
I don't have a
about the
podcast
plugs.
outside of this. I don't have a business outside of this. I don't run a sweet-ass tasting group outside of this.
Yet.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to North Carolina. Let me know if you guys want beers from down there.
I don't know. Maybe you started selling things on Etsy that we didn't hear about yet. Hey, give you a chance.
I know I was furloughed for a little bit from my job, but I just didn't get my Etsy store up and running yet. So
you were doing something for that food bank. Plug that food bank.
Oh yeah. 412 Food Rescue. I started volunteering with them and picking up rescues around the city. It's super easy and a great organization to work through. To help stop food waste and get food in the hands of people who need it and organizations who need it. So I've been delivering and picking up boxes of produce and dairy all over the city the last couple of weeks and dropping them off. It's awesome. So check them out at 412 Food Rescue on Twitter and on Instagram. And seriously, sign up to volunteer. It takes less than 5 minutes to sign up. So
awesome.
There you go.
Yeah.
And last but not least, the agent of chaos, the truffle of this podcast. Sean, why don't you give out what's going on with you?
Well, I am nominating Nikki and Dennis as Pittsburgh City Councilmen, persons, because they clearly have their shit together in a way that I could never have that together, and apparently that our elected leaders do not. They're fucking killing it.
Thank you.
If you hate yourself enough to have watched Brew Brothers, you are perfect for our podcast, In Poor Taste, which is worse in every possible metric. And if you enjoyed me on this show, see a psychiatrist and then tune in to our podcast, In Poor Taste. You can search for it if you really care about that. But I recommend you do not.
Get them to 2 listeners.
That's the best plug ever.
Damn. There's so much self-loathing. I love it.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about. We try really hard.
He's doing the best he can, guys.
All right.
But if you are near the Century 3 Mall, I am tied to a chair with my co-host. We're being tortured by a man named Bill Lawyerson, who's an ex-attorney. We did destroy his life several times. And he's gathered together with the only advertiser who will advertise on our show, which we actually have to pay him for the commercials. It has nothing to do with it, but his name is his name is Don Wrinkle. Very greasy fellow, and help us. We are starving and we're dying. We're dying. Help us.
But you're minutes from the mall.
This is not a joke. Help me. Send help.
Well, back to the torture chamber. We have to do our plugs. If you want to find Hop Nation USA, all you have to do is search Hop Nation USA, and that'll get you Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We will never be on TikTok. That's not us.
You don't know that?
No, we do know that.
You could do cool animated videos posted on there.
TikTok sucks.
You could say it sucks, and that's what you believe, which is fine. I'm not a super big fan, but it doesn't matter how we feel and romanticize about it. It matters how the folks that are consuming the content care about
I
it.
don't engage with Chinese spy technology.
Thank you.
Steve, that is the most boomer thing you've ever said.
No,
So
it's
far.
not. Dennis, I will give you an opportunity, not now, obviously, but at some point to convince me that I should be on TikTok.
Okay. No, that'll be
not
fun.
now.
This reminds me.
No,
of
no,
when my
definitely
dad-
not now.
No.
This reminded me when my dad told me the internet was a fad. I should get off the computer.
Fapping the dial-up.
I just don't. I mean, I know even some of the big shots are saying it's where to be. It's the same as. I've never seen the value in Snapchat, but that's me. And
Dude, we got it. We'll talk about it.
It's
We'll-
fine with
That'll
extra
be a cool
seconds.
episode.
Anyway,
I don't know what Adam said, but I'm going to assume it was hilarious.
Thank you. I won't correct you.
and if you want to find brand new episodes of the Hop Nation USA podcast every Friday and listen to them as you should, then search Hop Nation USA on your favorite podcatcher like Stitcher, Spotify, Podbean, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We're on everything except for Netflix so far. But give it time. They need new beer content because the one they have is bad. But if you're on any of those platforms, leave us a 5-star review because
We are a 6-season show, but they only are going to produce one. Thank God.
and that's a bigger crime than Dan Harmon not writing the fucking movie already.
Yes, sir.
He's an alcoholic.
That's true.
That is for sure.
Nobody's wrong yet.
No lies have been told. But yes, thank you everybody for coming on for this torturous event. I'm sorry that Netflix made this show, but I'm not sorry I made you went through this because we need content, especially in the quarantine. Yes, it's really all about the friendships we made along the way. Thank you, Kelsey. But yep, that's it. We'll be back next week, and we won't be talking about Brews Brothers.
Thank you.
We also won't be talking about Port and PA because that's Jason's bag, so we'll find something. Maybe Schitt's Creek because I'm watching that.
All right,
I mean,
okay.
it depends on what you want to talk about with Port and PA.
We don't want to step on toes. It's your thing. Yeah,
We appreciate that.
we might give it a once over after it's all finished.
Have you guys
I think.
watched?
I watched a little bit of the first episode, but like my problem with that is I've been to Fresh Fest, so I don't want to watch a video about something I've been to. I don't watch Bonnaroo videos because I've been to Bonnaroo.
Oh, look at me brag. I've been to Bonnaroo.
I know. Same. I don't watch things about Riot Fest. I've been to Riot Fest. It's just my thing, man.
Oh, Jesus.
Right on. Good
All
stuff.
right.
We'll
All right.
talk. See you out there.
Thank you, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah,
Bye.
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 Bye.